VigilanteWilliamson here on the 27th episode of the Culture Crime Fighters. Yes, we've been at that long. That's a couple seasons, really, of a lot of modern podcasts. So
yeah, that's true. How's it going, bud?
Cool. It's going pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. Pretty good. Here to fight some culture crime.
Yeah, some culture crime out there. So it's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of different things going on. Different things to talk about. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Some people pre-show or right before the show. That's Snow the Poop is Cuber. Hello. Rajesh.
Hey,
good to see Rajesh back
from the dead.
Wow.
What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, Rajesh Taylor and Keely Chow. What's going on, Keely?
Hell.
Sup colonizers from Central Dildo. Buzz. Buzz. And is that it for now? Maybe it for now, but we know more people go. Look at that. We got the Roman numerals going. Yeah.
Hell.
27.
I like that.
Yeah.
What
two actually on time. Yeah.
Hell. What is that avatar with that guy in the mohawk? Is that you?
Yeah. What two? Is that you? Or is that just some other guy?
I don't know. That guy doesn't look like someone that I know, but yeah. Hell.
Not these two again. Yes, that's again.
Stuck with us. Stuck with us.
Yeah.
I did a little game stream the other night. Did you pop into that?
I don't know if I did see that one.
I did Red Dead 2.
Oh man, awesome.
It was fun. It was difficult because it's like there's a lot of dialogue. Like Rockstar makes their games really smartly so that when you're going on the mission to like wherever you're going, like there's like dialogue interacting with you know, the two characters. So it's kind of a weird game to stream because there's not a lot of time, not a lot of room for me to speak in, you know?
Yeah.
But I went back and watched a lot, like some of it just to kind of check it out. I was like, oh, this is actually better than I thought. Like when I was doing it, I thought it was garbage, but this, I watched it back. I was like, that wasn't too bad. I can do that again.
Yeah. I mean, because people still like seeing the game and seeing the story play out anyway. So still
exactly.
Fun. And shit, Red Dead Redemption has a better story than we're going to get from most media nowadays.
Fucking A. Yeah.
And what two said that is him. So shout out to
hell. Nice mohawk. I know.
And shout out to Man of War 665, Neighbor of the Beast.
Hell. It's my first super chatter ever there. Hi, Man of War. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah. Appreciate you being here. And Sentient Dildo's Warren with Stream Elements. So this is a normal Wednesday, normal episode.
Yes, he's always... that's how it goes. Another episode. I'd like to take this opportunity, guys, to remind you that we are on Spotify and iTunes. The Culture Crime Fighters is a legitimate podcast. So make sure you get your podcast wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, whatever. Give us a follow, give us a subski so that, our numbers can grow and people will see the show. If you can leave like a 5-star review, that'd be super helpful because that gets it moving up the charts and hopefully more people will check it out.
Yeah, we're practically like Rogan, so obviously.
Yeah, exactly. And the bigger we get, obviously, the more time we'll have to dedicate to making the show better. So
there you go.
If you want a better product, it's on you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's all on you.
It's it.
Not on us at all.
No,
it's completely on you.
Yes. So, Hale, what's up, Nerdporo Life Form? Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Nerdporo. Hail, Nerdporo. And I'm going to try this again. Not sure what you're referring to. Nerdporo just saying hey to everybody.
Hail. Yeah, we have on my RSS feed details, it says we have 5 followers. Let's get that up to 10, huh? What do you guys say?
Yeah.
What do you say?
If 10 of you are willing to follow us on in the podcast world, that would be huge. That would be a huge step up.
Humongous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's going on in the world today, brother?
Something you had mentioned before the stream, just some quick news. The Lego Star Wars game. We're not going to talk about wokeness in a positive or negative. We're just going to talk about a fucking game. No, just set the table. There's still people funneling in. Still people probably getting their fucking notifications from YouTube. My channel has been awesome at not sending out notifications. So
I got one.
You did, huh?
I made the shit out of my hand. My cat just made me bleed.
Oh, Jesus.
You fucking dick. Ow.
It's Luke. I guess he's trying to take off your hand like you're Vader and shit.
I guess so. He just cut my hand, you little shit.
Yeah, Rajesh subbed on Spotify, so now we're at
nice. Thank you. I don't know if
And we will talk about No Way Home. We will definitely talk about it. And Man of War doesn't do greasy kid stuff. The Lego games are really fun.
They are fun. They're cute. Like I was telling Vigilante backstage that when I got my Xbox, it came with like a game, and one of the games was Lego Indiana Jones, and it's a good time. Like you kind of get to relive like the movies you enjoy in like a fun way, in a game way, and they're also like kind of adorable. Like when enemies get defeated, they just all the parts just break. You know? It's just kind of cute.
Simple. Yeah.
You
know what? I think in a world where everything is woke and terrible, sometimes you just want to just chill, have a casual game experience. Sometimes, hey, I get it if you want a more intense experience. There's lots of games that can give you that. But I'm cautiously excited. I do agree. Star Wars Saga or Skywalker Saga is a lame name. And Hail Parrothead, I guess.
Gay, but it does say Hail Parrothead. It does say it did say Skywalker Saga. However, Skywalker Saga. But on Twitter, the image I think is of stupid Kylo.
Okay, so Nerdporio says it's 1 through 6. Though we will talk about some woke shit.
Well, then why is dumb Kylo there?
Let's see.
Ouch. I'll be right back.
How about this? How about this? Let me read the article.
Read the article. Okay, I'll be right back. Right. I gotta just wash some blood off my hands, cat.
Yeah. The hell. All right. Following a GamersCon opening not live tease, the release date for Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga has been revealed for spring 2022. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is the latest Lego game from Traveler's Tales, take place in a galaxy far, far away in a blizzard of colorful and glowing studs. You know, I don't know what the hell they're talking about, glowing lightsabers. This sounds like some shit for OnlyFans. Studs and there's lightsabers can be used as a euphemism for something else. Lego games are famous for their playful takes on some of the most popular franchises today, from the Avengers to Indiana Jones, as Foulball just mentioned. Their tongue-in-cheek humor, tongue-in-cheek studs and lightsabers. This is too OnlyFans for me. Combined with a progressive, unlockable content, makes Lego one of the most popular video game series for families. And just again, if you just want casual. We're just going on with the references. I gotta stop. The next game to come from the developer. Okay, this is just really promo stuff.
I mean, Screen Rant is a shill ass site, so yeah.
Yeah, and this is written in chill.
Yeah,
written in chill. So at last, the final 2 Star Wars films will make their transition. From the Lego video games, a revamp of the first 6 titles and the
and dude, there's such shill fucks. Look at that, the way that's written. At last, like, and we're all collectively rejoicing. You mean the trilogy that most fans they try to forget actively? At last, it's finally here, guys. Everything you ever wanted.
The last one only came out in the end of 2019. It's been like 18 months.
That's
19,
exactly
20 months.
That's exactly. Jesus. Yes, that's what I said. Like about the Falcon Captain America thing. It's like fans have been clamoring for it. He finally got his movie. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like the Endgame was like the other day. Like it's all. Stop it.
Like clamoring. You know what? He's not. You know how he could have got his own movie as Falcon. It was always that.
Would have been cool.
It was always that. And I honestly I didn't see Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I thought the story, how they set it up, should have been him rejecting Captain America. Should have said, you know what? I'm going to be my own person. I'm not going to live in the shadow of anybody. I'm not going to do, you know what I mean? And just go his own way as Falcon and leave that mantle if Bucky wanted it or whoever. But just like, me being me is more important. Maybe I'm projecting. Maybe I'm tossing my own shit on there, but I just thought.
You're absolutely not. I mean, I said in my video about it, I was like, what if Falcon was your favorite Avenger?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's probably someone's favorite Avenger. And then they're just like, no, this character doesn't exist. He's not good enough to even like. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, he's been great. Like, I remember like his introduction in Winter Soldier was great. Mm-hmm. It was really good. It was really well done. He was an important character in that. And what is probably still the best Marvel movie. Captain America Winter Soldier.
Well, that so like, I think Infinity War.
if you know what, I think the best movie they made was Winter Soldier, but for like Marvelness, I mean, it is probably Infinity War because that was the most Marvel, had the most characters. It's
so much fun.
Thanos was great, and oh man, and Islington girl,
hell,
the best super chat smoking. Hell, I appreciate you being in the chat, and I know it's Canada, and I know how things. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that button. I hit this. Because I don't want to accidentally dox or give everybody the link trying to look at what she said. She just said, I can't think of anything. So here's a sandwich. Yeah, 420.
Hey,
and actually, it looks like I got another tip from a guy called Loose Cannon 84 who just tipped 616. Maybe in the honor of the Marvel 616 and just said, fuck yeah. So thank you, Loose Cannon. Shout out to the newer subs tipping. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys keeping the lights on in the Vigilante Cave.
Absolutely.
Thank you both.
Fund the crime lab.
Yeah. So I was taking me for a loop. We were talking about Marvel movies. I didn't want to talk about how this. I guess we are getting right into woke stuff. I thought, this will be a fun little game.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. I knew it would. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Why call it the Skywalker Saga? And then include the last 3 movies.
You know why? Because if they brand it like that, then they get to fold it in there and they get to pretend like this is what the real fans want. It's all narrative. You know that.
So what 2 is the Loose Cannon 84. Thank you, what 2. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. And I don't know if Luke is trying to assassinate Foulball again. He stepped away for a little bit, but God, that pisses me off. You know why this shit pisses me off? Hell, speaking of back from the dead, Jake D. I appreciate Jake D, man. It's been a long time. You shouldn't have left us without a dope beat to step to. Thanks, JD. Shout out to JD in the chat. Ogre Squasher pays the rent, but I can help with the catering. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the support, man. You guys are excellent. Man. But as far to kind of go back, man, not everybody is just tipping. I feel like the OnlyFans girl all these tips around. Nerd Portal life form with a half evil, $3.33. Let me transition out of and I guess we can transition out of this for a little bit. I mean, I don't need to read more of this article. We get it. Evilness is coming. I hope you use this for good, not evil. Been on quite a bit of streams, and I think I'm becoming a hot commodity. Good luck, man. Good luck, Nerd Portal. I will say, as somebody who did the streaming circuit and it burnt me out, and that's just being real, make sure you leave time for yourself and don't go too hard. But as long as you can handle it, man, cool. Enjoy, man. There's a lot of great channels and there's a lot of great people, and you're really close to 1,000 if you're not already over it. You should be over it pretty soon, and then we could all leech off of you. I said you'll get to 100,000 by the end of the year, and I mean, you know what? You're good enough to still do it. I believe in you, or at least 100,000 at some point. And since your dildo thinks Jake D is a capitalist swine, I don't think he's swine, but I think he's capitalist. Holy, speaking of capitalism and Jake D just gave $25 for a super chat. That's crazy. You guys are going insane with the super chats. You guys are going crazy. Yeah, being a crime fighter isn't cheap. Ain't nothing cheap in these days. Jesus, is inflation kicking everybody's ass like it is mine? Holy smoke, especially as a fat fuck. Inflation is killing me. I'm not degrading your simps enough. No, I should. Well, hey, they're giving me tips, so no, we're not going to degrade simps. Not degrading simps. You know what? That's something I guess we could talk about with Foulball, since we're talking about OnlyFans. That they went to, we're going to get rid of the porn. To not really. But speaking of assholes getting fucked, the Star Wars saga or the Skywalker saga game, it's just a terrible look. And this is really. I've said this a bunch of times that like pop culture is the testing ground for really nefarious cultural, cultural engineering type things. I mean, they've been cultural engineering this for like over 100 years. But the reason they do shit like this is to rewrite history. So when you have the Skywalker saga and then you just roll in the sequel tragedy into it, 10 years from now, you know what I mean? 15 years from now, kids who or people who are kids now who are adults then will look back at, oh, it's just all Star Wars, all 9 films, and they don't have the context for this being like not a part in it. Gross at the sorry with the OnlyFans references. But yeah, they don't have the context for this not being the case because it's not removed from it. Maybe it'll still be a dark mark, maybe, but this is why are they showing an article of dark mark? Well, because Screen Rant is a shill site, and the whole point of this game is to trick you into playing the sequel tragedy in Lego form. And
to validate it. And to
validate. I'm not sure if you saw Jake D is in the chat.
Hell, Jake D. What's up, brother?
And he left an insane super chat, $25.
Did he really? Nice.
Yeah.
There you go, Jake D.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm getting more tips than an OnlyFans girl.
And a hot tub streamer.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. What do they stream? What are those things? They're like bathtubs?
Yeah,
whatever.
They the Twitch girls, they'll get in the hot tub and stream.
That sounds uncomfortable. Honestly, I don't like being in a hot tub for more than a few minutes.
Yeah.
My skin starts to get itchy.
Yeah. They're not as cool as they look.
No, they're good. They're very therapeutic. I let 15, 20 minutes, but then I got to go. I couldn't imagine doing that for hours. Be constantly waterlogged. Ew.
And hell, classy vigilante, distant cousin.
I like that. Alt-right alert. Alt-right alert.
Alt-right.
It's got Rorschach.
Oh, Jesus. That's right. He's an alt-right character now. Even though he was he's a good character.
He's a great character.
He's a excellent character, honestly. To me, he's like even though I consider him to be the hero of the Watchmen.
That would be a funny hashtag. Rorschach was right. Like that. Make that like Rorschach did nothing wrong. Like
he did. I kind of am with that hashtag. Let's start. Hey, Culture Crime Fighters is starting that hashtag. Rorschach is right, and I guess
Rorschach
I'm gonna die.
Right.
I don't know about this. Have a hot tub. We had to turn it off because it was leaking broken dreams.
That does suck. Yeah.
Yeah, and fuck Tom King. Did you hear about that Tom King thing?
Yeah, he made up some story about being a vigilante, being some mass vigilante or something.
Yeah, he made a mass vigilante. Basically, he was at a con and supposedly kicked somebody out because of them not wearing a mask. And then when you asked the con, it said nothing happened.
What a tool! Tom King's a douche.
He's a real loser.
He is
a real loser.
How is he in the CIA? I don't understand. Don't you have to be a man of high character to be in a position like that?
My guess is he's probably good at going through people's trash. If you're in the CIA, you need somebody, and not just literally, but figuratively, who's all right, who's willing to deep dive and shit like that. So I can imagine it. Or he could have just been clean. He could have been like a Finn situation where he was just a janitor in the CIA building.
I saw that picture he did tweet where he did look pretty badass. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like him, but he did look there's some picture of him in Afghanistan with an M4. He looked pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Afghanistan.
Oh,
a can of worms.
Speaking of which, I don't know if we're switching topics or not, but
we can.
On Friday on the Cocktail Lounge, Max von Priestley, a new member of this sort of little fandom menace, he recommended 3 hours. Or 13 hours, I mean, the movie about Benghazi. Yo, it was really good.
I hadn't seen it.
I watched it. I was shocked how entertaining it really was and how well made it was. And it was Michael Bay. But for Michael Bay, it was super restrained.
Yeah?
Yeah, there wasn't too much gratuitous America, flags and flapping in slow motion or a big Hollywood movie explosions. It was actually a really well-made, well-acted, enjoyable movie.
Yeah. Real quick, because like I said, you guys are going insane with the super chats.
Oh, word.
My man, your first super chatter now is one of mine, and I can't find a damn thing in the chat because I don't know why, but Man of War 665, neighbor of the beast, giving a tip of 665, says he's gonna start giving me his drinking money to hold up for the next meetup. All that he stuffed in the prison wallet, and not a single drink. I don't think you need to take a prison wallet to Vegas, Man of War, but I appreciate the super chat.
That's funny.
Yeah,
prison wallet. Man of War is a good time. He was a good hang in in Vegas. He's just as much of a ball buster in person as he is on the internet.
Yeah. Man, the chat just has so much great stuff. Sorry to get off topic. I do want to talk about the 13 hours in a second. But getting in a hot tub of water and having to run aside dripping wet is one of the worst feelings of life. And I guess Parrot Head's reminding us the agency has all types of folks.
So. I guess so. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, but the reason I said that, Sentient Dildo, is because it's like they have to, like, the amount of investigation into your life that goes into becoming like in the CIA is pretty extensive. Like they, ask friends and family, like people you knew growing up, like try to give like, insight into your character. Like they really do go deep. So I don't know, for him to pass all those bars and then it just be like not even be like, he's a little bitch.
Yes.
Right? Like he did that thing with who was that comic artist? Yeah.
Jay Lee.
And then he does this where he's like got a fake hero story. It's like, just fuck off.
It's just really small dick energy from Tom King. Really small dick.
Yeah, it is. Parrot's Head's asking how much to get Matt to do some yoga poses. Well, I don't know. So start tipping. We'll see what I do.
Yeah, Matt's streaming. Yeah, if you want to tip, you can buy some merch from Matt. Or where's the deal is Matt?
I never sell any merch. It's because I never promote it. Plus, I'm not big enough to really have merch, but I'd like to someday with a Teespring. Yeah, that's be my stuff. It's the logo. It's nothing like.
You want the yoga pants with the logo on the ass?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Which is so funny. I forgot I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the sweatshirt, t-shirt, and then a yoga pants.
Yeah, feel free to tip Matt as well. His tip is the thing. It's up there in the chat. I think it should also be in the description. Yeah.
I should be wearing my own merch, really. I should be,
I should too.
That's putting some energy into it. Yeah. Yeah, I would like your logo on like a white t-shirt. Like if it was just the eyes on like a white, I think that would look really cool.
I didn't think about that. I'll have to do that.
I'd like that. Mike Beatsticks asked if I made it to a range in Vegas. No, sir. I was very rarely sober, so that would be a bad combination.
Yeah. Somebody asked were we at the meetup? Foulball was. He met a lot of people. I was not, but Foulball definitely lived it up in Vegas, which is cool.
It was great. It was so much fun, and it wasn't just the Vegas element was great. You know what I mean? But like I didn't even gamble that much. Like, I mean, I gambled maybe like a total of 2-3 hours, maybe, and that might be pushing it. But it was the meetup that was really what was so great. Like just those two events at that bar and just being around the fandom and everybody just kind of being on the same page and putting a face to so many different names and like meeting like George Molo and Jack of All Casuals and like these guys I literally only know from the chat. And it was just cool to like, meet them and hang out. And like the vibe was so strong and Gary was so cool. We did get, I did meet like a bunch of the guys there from FNT too. And I think a lot of them verbally agreed to be guests on the show. So hopefully, they'll eventually come by, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, hell, absolutely. It was great to meet so many people.
I guess Mike Beats this was out there too. Wookiee Lives Matter hitting us with some confirmed Illuminati stuff. I'm not sure what's going on with this.
I like it.
But yeah. Before I went all chat crazy, we're talking about 13 hours and Michael Bay being restrained and solid.
It's a good movie, man. It really was. It's on. I think you can watch it online with what's it called, with ads like from IMDb, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but it's free, unedited, and it was really well acted, and I thought it was well portrayed, and just a good goddamn military action film.
Oh man, that's pretty good. And I've because a few weeks ago I was on Nick's channel and we were watching. I believe it's The Rock. The movie with
I love The Rock.
And that's a Michael Bay film too.
Yeah.
And I'm under the impression Michael Bay, if you restrain him, is a good director. Because you get some Bay in that movie, but you don't get the stereotypical Bay explosions that you're used to. So
it's
he's
damn
very
fine.
Competent if he just reels it in a little bit.
The Rock is a great movie. It's so much fun. I love The Rock.
Yeah, it is.
Just a good kick-ass movie, and it kind of did the same thing that Indiana Jones did with Sean Connery, but like, I thought it did it well, like bringing him back to kind of, like this old school. I guess it's a little different. He's not much of an action hero in Indiana Jones, but still, it's kind of like the mentor kind of father figure. But he's good.
Yeah. Really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
I want to just find some fucking rockets.
Nicolas Cage, who's still crazy Nicolas Cage, but again, a little bit restrained, a little bit real back. Speaking of great movies, Cincha Dildo is channeling his Scarface, saying all we have in this fandom menace is our word and our balls. Nerd face. I don't think Nerd face is a real person, but it's great.
Nerd face. Yeah. No, The Rock kicks ass. It's like it's got some great like set piece moments, like when he's driving the Ferrari down the streets and what's it called, San Francisco. It's super badass. Yeah, and there's like lots of great lines, and it's just when he's doing that, when he's taking apart the rocket thing, and the guy's leg is shaking, and he goes, "Is that normal?" And he goes, "Yeah, it happens." And he goes, "Well, can you stop it? It's kind of distracting. We're going to do kill him again."
Yes, fucking Sean Connery is so great.
It's great.
He's so great. Like I missed it. Yes, Ed Harris was great in that movie too.
Oh yeah, he was awesome.
He was like the straight general who had honor, but still had this crazy plan. It was really good.
It really was. And I listened to that. Like, you're bashed. Losers whine about the best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Yes.
Oh, that was the prom queen. Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kicks ass. General Hummel did nothing wrong.
Oh man. Oh boy. Sheesh, I'm who knows? There are probably some military people feeling like General Hummel with all the crazy shit going on in the world.
Ooh, it's got to be brutal in the military now. Yeah.
Yeah. My brother got out just in time. He got out a couple years ago. It's like, whew. It's cool stuff.
18 girl has her word in her ovaries.
There you go. Hey, you need those.
Bust those eggs. I'm with you.
Yeah. All right. So
wait, would you? I don't know. I just wanted to ask the Star Wars thing. Would you actually play that game?
I would have if I didn't know that the three latter ones are being rolled into it and kind of snuck in. Like, hey, this is all the Skywalker saga.
Well,
guys.
she's they call her a Skywalker, right? She's Rey Skywalker.
She's not a Skywalker. Like, she's not. She's actually a Palpatine.
I'll tell you what. Sorry, I would probably get more of a kick out of playing this Lego Star Wars game than I would actually watching the prequels, because the prequels are so cartoony and kind of childlike, that I can't really appreciate them, but I would definitely appreciate playing in that little sandbox like that. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. And hey, disrespecting this the prequels, man. There are people who are really I didn't realize that until I got in the fan of that. I really defend the prequel. I'm like, man.
And look, there must be something to it then, but it doesn't make them good movies. Like they're so poorly written at times. It's laughable.
And like, man, I've heard people say that their prequel is their favorite movie overall. I'm like, how?
Okay.
How? I like it, and I thought that was probably the best of the prequels. And it's I think all of the prequels are still worlds better than Tragedy, the last three.
Yeah.
But like, and listen, the Phantom Menace doesn't have a little bit of kid nostalgia, and doesn't have a really cool lightsaber fight. Yes, it does.
And I'll tell you, I think it's probably this. Like, we're a little older, so I grew up with the original trilogy. Like, I was 5 when I watched it. I'm 36 now, so that's 31 of my 36 years I've been a Star Wars fan. And so, but then the prequels came out in high school. So like I was already so inundated with Star Wars for all those years that I guess I could imagine if you were a kid and the first thing you saw were the prequels, the newer ones the older ones might seem a little slow and kind of dated in comparison. So I could almost kind of understand that perspective if you're younger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's funny because that's interesting. So only one of the prequels hit in middle school. The first one was in middle school, and the rest I was in high school. And so, but I had already saw Star Wars. Like, I remember the pre A New Hope version of the first Star Wars. It used to be called Star Wars, and then Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I remember that world where they used to say just Star Wars for the first one, and then later A New Hope. Yeah, because I remember we had some cassette and like a taped off TV cassette version of Star Wars until they like re-released them for VHS, and it had the little Darth Vader box. Because I remember like going through them all one day when I was like 10, and that was like I'm old enough to really understand what was happening. And yeah, there was a lot of flaws. Yeah, there was a lot of changes. You know, fucking the one scene that he filmed with Jabba got tossed in there. Han didn't shoot first, but he should have. But it still blew me away as a kid. And then I saw the prequel, so I already got inundated with the original trilogy.
I watched the ever-loving shit out of that special edition. I mean, it was like weekly, sometimes daily.
Oh wow.
Just all the time. I would just put it on just to go to sleep. I would put on Star Wars just constantly.
Yeah. I actually watched those versions quite a bit, especially Empire. Fucking saw Empire Strikes Back like 50 times as a kid.
And it was fun. I was young when the special edition came. 97, I was like 12. So it's like I got a kick out of the new footage. Now it's so glaring. It looks ridiculous. And it's also got Lucas's stupid humor, his little child jokes, its little fart jokes and stuff. You're like, ugh. But at the time, new Star Wars content was new Star Wars content, and I loved it.
Yeah. This is really Islington Girls hitting on what bothers me the most for prequels, and it shows which George Lucas has holes as a director. She says, I don't hate the prequels. Yeah, some acting is cringe, but at least I can sit down and watch those. I can sit down and watch them, but the acting in those movies are so bad. So bad. Only actor that's even competent is Ewan McGregor, and that's just because he is competent enough to do it. Everybody else is just a mess.
Yeah, and there's so many cool visuals. Hey, I just realized the background's not the Culture Carpenter's background.
Oh, Jesus. What the fuck am I doing?
All black. My goodness.
All dark. It's all dark and moody. What am I doing?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yay. Yeah, I mean, I still get there's still something about them that I enjoy because they are so visually lush. And I guess, some of it's kind of fun, but it's a chore at times to get through because of how juvenile a lot of it is,
Yeah.
It kind of drags. And that god-awful romance we're supposed to believe these two fucking stiff robotic people are in love with each other. It's just
it was
awful.
It doesn't hold up. Hell no, Iroh.
That's also not interesting. Oh hell.
We were just talking. We actually started off talking about Star Wars because they're making a new Star Wars Lego game, and that got us into just talking about the prequels.
Mm-hmm. But it's just so. At times you're just like, oh my god, like it's just like I think what's his name? Gary said this, and I'm like, that's perfect. He's like the entire trilogy should have been the third movie.
Yes.
He's like, we didn't need to see him as a kid. Like, who gives a shit about this sort of this is like, ooh, whirlwind romance. And the thing that bothers me is how much they broke the original one so many times. Like I said, like in New Hope, the first time we meet Obi-Wan, I don't remember seeing him owning a droid, to have owned a droid, whatever the fuck he says. It's like, yeah, but you owned this droid. For years, and you fought alongside him at very tense, important moments in the destruction of the Republic. Like, how do you not remember this? How do you not remember R2? He's right here.
That actually bothered me as a kid in the theater. I was like, wait, the same droids are going to be involved in this? Yes. 30 years ago before? When I saw that fucking Darth Vader built C-3PO, 12-year-old me said, what the fuck is this? Like, so are you kidding? That makes no sense.
Makes no sense, and it's just cramming so much stuff that, these are just references to the original movie, but it's just like, I don't need this. This is Star Wars. I would have shown up if it was, a technical manual on how to build a fucking droid. Like, I don't. The idea that you need to put these characters in from the past movies is some sort of nostalgia bait is terrible. It's Star Wars. Of course, I'm already here. It's already about Obi-Wan. There's no reason. And that's the thing. It's so many of those things that just stack up and just take you out of the fucking movie.
There we go, Ginger. I thought we would get more feedback. I see Wookiee. I mean, Wookiee's probably planning an assassination attempt on me. But yeah, I'm with Ginger Ninja. There's only 3 Star Wars movies.
Only 3. The rest are fan fiction.
The rest are there's some competent fan fiction in the 2000s. And listen, the third prequel is a solid. It's times,
but that fight at the end is so ridiculous. Does it have to be like on a lava river and all these things? It's just so over the top. Like it's just
the
like
CG. Fucking CG George Lucas found CG and just went ham with it. He just could not stop.
And then there's like that corny little thing. I think it's that one. Or is it 2? Maybe that's 2, where there's like C-3PO briefly becomes like a bad robot. It's just so stupid.
Oh yeah.
And it's so corny. And he's like the assembly line jokes. It's just like, why?
I'm gonna keep it real. This is a hot take. This is real life. I've only seen that second prequel one time, and that's one.
Wow.
That's it. I have no interest in watching was Attack of the Clones?
Yeah.
I have no interest in sitting through that movie again.
That was my favorite one when I could tolerate them. Because of the war at the end, I thought was really cool.
That war, you know what? The war at the end was cool, but good Lord, to get into it. And somebody mentioned world building, which I get, because that's probably one of the more interesting places. And Cincha Dildo's been showing his love for Jar Jar the whole time.
Jar Jar
thing. But
the worst.
There's a lot of what too says gay. I'm not even sure what he's referring to.
I don't either.
Christopher Lee.
There's much as in hell.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying there's like it's not irredeemable and on every level, but it's just there's a lot of stuff that glares, and it's just breaks the world building. And it's just it's like Anakin is discussed as like a pilot, you know what I mean? Like being like this like hotshot star pilot. It's like he's not really that. He's a Jedi, you know what I mean, knight, and it's like he's going on these missions and shit. Like it's not like he had like, scores of like bombing runs or fighter, you know what I mean? Like it's like he broke his own world building like so many times. He contradicts his own movie. Like I just don't know why you wouldn't have an intern go through the movies and get you a list of these are the things you can't break. These are the things you cannot contradict. This is what the world's set up, and then everything else is fair game. But it all feels too close to the events of A New Hope too, And then there's all this dumb shit. Like, why does everything need to be a fucking on Tatooine? It's like the idea that they would hide Luke near where like that. First of all, that Luke and Vader are from the same planet is really stupid because Luke's not from Tatooine. He's just stuck there, and he has been because his aunt and uncle are there. So it's like the idea that like Anakin's also from Tatooine, and then their big brilliant plan is to hide Luke on the planet that Darth Vader's from, and it just never occurs to Darth Vader to look for him there with his actual family. Like it's ridiculous. It's so stupid.
There's so many flaws.
Yeah,
and this is true, Glenzer. I mean, what the prequels are fucking godsends compared to the new movies.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that. But I mean,
But that's like saying having your arm snapped is better than getting cancer. It's like, yeah, but I don't want either one.
Yeah. And the age, how did Obi-Wan age so fast?
Oh my God. Well, I guess it would have to be like 15, 20 years, right?
Yeah, was it 20, 30? I don't know how long it is.
Because it's like Luke is a teenager. He's like supposed to be like 17, 18, right?
So and at least like 18 to 20 years.
Yeah, they're born at the end of that movie. But it's like, I don't know. It's just, it was rushed. It wasn't that well executed. Like he didn't do it. I mean, he did an okay job, but also for whatever reason, he thought he could direct it. And I don't know why he thought that, because he only directed one of the other Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
No, so go ahead.
Were you about to say about the editing?
No, I was just going to say the last movie he directed before Phantom Menace was A New Hope. He hadn't directed a movie in like 30 years.
Jesus.
It's like, what the hell you did? Why would you just do that?
Yeah, and what I was going to say about the original Star Wars, like, his wife was supposedly, or his wife at the time, was the one credited for editing and saving that movie. So even the first one that he directed was known not to be great in its original cut, so he needed help.
He's a great idea guy.
Yeah, he needed Gary Kurtz, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being the look at what Kevin Feige does. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with being the idea guy, having people refine what you do. I think and maybe part of it is just when you're the he was Star Wars is really the first mega franchise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do have all the Star Trek movies, you do have stuff like that, but where every movie is its own like event. Before there was the MCU, there was no template for it, so he was kind of the one blazing the trail for that concept. So I guess you got to give him some either credit.
Oh, I give him plenty of credit. I just think it was misguided as fuck. Like, why wouldn't you get like some of the hottest directors of the day? Like, why wouldn't there be like a David Fincher directed Star Wars or something like that? Like, you weren't a good director even in your heyday, let alone now. You know what I mean? 25 years after you basically just gave up on making movies. So it's like, yeah, why wouldn't you just develop the story, like get some real fucking, like you'd basically have autonomy to do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
Like there's no oversight.
He used what he learned from Indiana Jones because he didn't direct those. Spielberg did.
Yeah.
I think he would
wrote the scripts. He just story ideas.
Yeah. You think he would go with a similar concept with that? Like, okay, I can be involved in something without having the actual day-to-day shoot. As Gary has put it, like, shooting with a Diet Pepsi and watching everyone do everything. It's like, okay, man, you need.
It's so misguided. Director. I think we were talking about it on the cocktail lounge the other night, but I rewatched Jurassic Park recently. And the CGI holds up so incredibly well because it's like mixed with practical effects that give it a lot more texture. So it doesn't take you out of it when you see the CG. But if it's all CG, you don't really feel connected to it. It just feels too artificial, even if it looks good.
Yeah, man. Jurassic Park has probably the best aged CG of like all time.
Yeah, it's unreal how good it still looks. Like when because it's the sound design is brilliant.
Yeah,
but it's like when
I was just about to say it's a very like really well done movie in every aspect of it.
Yeah. Although I did expose a very big flaw when I was watching it last time, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense at all. So I think this has been pointed out before that like there was just kind of suddenly a sheer cliff. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't there and then it just suddenly appeared, to make the movie more interesting. But the thing that really bothered me was that, okay, so what Alan and, the kids they go down, right? And then they have to go into the dinosaur enclosure. So when what's her name? Laura Dern and everyone comes to like, help, right? She teleports down to where the truck is, sees that there's footprints, and then teleports back up. No explanation how she did that. No, didn't show her on a ladder. Didn't show the method. Nothing. No staircase. Nothing. Just teleports there and teleports back. And if you're looking at it from Alan's perspective, why would it be the smarter move to go into the dinosaur enclosure where there's just thousands and thousands of wild dinosaurs when you could just go back up and get the other truck and go home? Why would your play be to just go into the woods? It doesn't make any sense.
She's Emperor Holdo, and she's been doing that for 30 years apparently. Just doing wild ass.
Exactly.
We're not Emperor. Whatever her title was. Whatever. The purple hair.
But yeah, no, and I noticed that I was like, ooh, that's kind of a big mistake there. Like, and there was no other story purpose other than for her to know that Alan was okay by seeing the footprints. I'm like, yes, but you just destroyed your world building. Like that was a horrible choice. Yeah. So
yeah.
But it is a fun movie. It's like an amusement park ride. Like you really just kind of get on, and once the action starts, you just ride it till the end. Because the movie's actually ends pretty abruptly.
Yeah. Like I haven't been watching in a while.
Like there's really no epilogue. Like it just kind of like once they escape from the from the two raptors and the T-Rex, bites the other raptor, then they escape. He's just like, I decided not to endorse your park, and that's pretty much it. And then bang, they're out. They cut to them like on a helicopter flying away, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Like God, they really rushed that.
Part of it though is just like the way the audience was back then. We were so much more accepting of so much back then. I mean, not that a lot of
it's
audience
still good, by the way, too. I'm not saying the movie's not good.
Yeah, all movies are trash. Culture Crime Fires 2021. No, no, it is a good movie. I haven't watched it in a while. I mean, you could do that with a lot of movies. You could pick apart, like, oh man, this is.
And I wasn't trying to pick apart. It was very glaring when I watched it. I'm like, how the hell did she teleport down there? And why the hell didn't Alan use whatever magical teleportation device she used to get the hell out of there? Like, it doesn't make why would that be your choice to take 2 children and go into the woods instead of just going back up to where the truck is so you guys could escape that way?
Yeah.
Made no sense.
And had they not done that, you wouldn't ask that. He was like, oh, he can't get back up there.
Well, of course, you just assume, but she did. So how did she do it? And they don't even show it. They just, and it's like, it was the worst. Like, she could have looked down and seen them, like, footprints or something. They could have come up with another way other than her teleporting to the truck. Made no sense. Yeah.
And classic Vigilante Cousins, he says he has my most unpopular opinion is that I love Jurassic World, as flawed as it is. I didn't see Jurassic World, but I mean, I get it. Everyone likes Chris Pratt. Common denominator is John Williams. Good point. And I've been watching a lot of fucking different composers and their studios and people who score films and shit. I'm watching just tons of that on YouTube. So it's funny you mentioned John Williams.
Well, and Bryce Dallas Howard's in that, and she's got a big fat ass, so I like that.
Yeah. If Top Gun Maverick is a big theatrical hit, imagine how many 80s sequels or remakes will follow. Probably a bunch because they're already trying. I mean, how many times have they done Terminator? Go ahead.
When is that supposed to come out? The
Top Gun?
The new. Yeah, I want to see it.
They've been talking about it for like half a decade,
right?
At least.
I mean, I've been hearing about that. I saw that trailer years ago.
Yeah,
2021. It says. I don't know. It doesn't.
They had a Super Bowl trailer in 2020. It sure did. Now that I think about it, didn't it?
November 19th. It says November 19th.
Oh, November 19th this year. Okay,
all right. That's coming up.
Might be a slight hit, and you know what? We can use that. And Bryce's hot as Gwen. Maybe she'll be back. No Way Home. I wanted to talk about that so we can transition.
Oh yeah, very smooth, very nice. Look at you, you're a professional.
She was hot as Gwen, and I think Top Gun is probably going to be one of the bigger movies of the year. And I think the biggest movie of the year will probably be this Spider-Man movie. So we're going to actually play the trailer.
Coming out this year?
Comes out December, I believe. We're going to play the trailer.
Okay. Yeah, let's watch the trailer. I haven't watched it yet.
And then we'll react. I have seen it, so I already have some feelings. Shout out, by the way, to my man 24/7 Fusion Media. Because he posts trailers, and like he was it got taken down, but he posted a version of this early, like when someone was looking at their phone or whatever.
I saw that
to watch it, and it got like 87,000 views before they took
wow.
it. And he got like 50 subscribers off of it.
Hell yeah.
So it's an opportunity cost, but it was kind of worth it. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I got taken down, but it was like one of the first ones up, and if they would have let him, who knows how much it would have.
Yeah, I watched that when he just released it, when it had like 6 views or whatever. I didn't know it went that viral. Good for him.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. So shout out to my man 24/7 Fusion Media. If you haven't subbed, please do sub to my man.
He's a hustler, dude. 24/7 is always putting in work.
Yes, he does.
He's got new stuff out like every day.
Yeah, he does.
It really is badass.
And isn't the girl says there's 20 movies in October? I'm not sure. I know there might be enough movies. And you know what? Even though this is a joke, you're not wrong. Nice segue. You should use. Ooh, now I'm dying. I don't know why. I have the coof. No. I should use the treadmill more. I really should. I got to get my weight down because my weight's too far up. But that's another can of worms for another day. Let's watch this trailer and
right.
See how it goes.
Let's watch it. Yay.
Actually, can you guys hear it?
I can hear it.
Hold on. Let me.
Yeah,
you guys could hear it? Okay.
Yeah. Your job with that trailer.
I do too.
I will say I thought that looked really good.
So I'm gonna go with since you did it. That's kind of a yikes for me, and I'll tell you why. And actually, I'll use other people's comments. Oh, hell, authenticator, and I can use somebody else's thought. Where is it? I think Lord Thoth said it. Hell, Lord Thoth. Yeah.
Hell, Lord Thoth.
Hell, Lord Thoth. from the what is it? What do I call it? The People's Republic of Canada, where he is a lord by being a part of the Royal Mounted Police. But okay, I don't like this Spider-Man. I never liked Tom Holland Spider-Man. I don't think I think he could play Spider-Man if they let him play Spider-Man instead of always being this subservient, like little kid looking up to everybody. That still bothers me.
That's a good point. I like that point. Yeah, it would be nice if he was Spider-Man at some point.
Yes, this is the third fucking movie. Fourth, if you count Civil War with him. He can be a man. And yeah, every trailer nowadays does give away too much. Yeah, I thought he had his own movie. You do hear the 66 Spider-Man theme in the background. He doesn't have his own movie. I did not see Lizard there, Classic.
But to be fair, no one does. To be fair, no one in the
does.
MCU does.
That's true, but he's never had a standalone.
But you're right. He's not the fucking man in it. Like, I guess he did beat. I guess Homecoming. He beat Falcon or whatever his name was, Vulture. I still didn't like that movie, but it's like
I didn't like that movie. I didn't like. It was Far Away from Home. I didn't like that. And
he's kind of just too much of a bitch. You're right. It would be nice if he kicked a little ass. I told you, my feelings on multiverses are fucking enough. I am tired of multiverse content. Hey. It's like remember when post-apocalyptic was all the rage? That's how it feels like with multiverse, where it's everything, and then it gives the creators a blank check to do whatever the fuck they want.
It takes away stakes. But here's what's so funny about the multiverse? Fucking, there's a non-zero chance that fucking Michael Keaton's in both major multiverse movies because he's the Vulture in the Spider-Man universe and he's Batman in a DC universe, and they both have multiverse properties. I don't know if he's gonna be in the Spider-Man. They might, just because they have fucking they could do the Sinister Six. But the thing is, like, another thing, Hell Tree Rock Creations. Tobey Maguire, who isn't in the trailer. I don't know why they didn't just give away Tobey in the trailer. If you gave away Alfred Molina, I mean, you would imagine Tobey's going to be there too. He's who I'm looking for. I'm looking for Tobey Maguire, and I'm looking for I want him to be in it. I kind of want. I know Gary's talked about this. Just Spider-Man 4. I would like to see how Tobey's been doing in his own universe for a little bit. That will be like interesting. And another, there's so much I don't like about this trailer. Another thing I don't like about this trailer is like, so wait, the whole world knows you're Spider-Man. You're going to try to go to school earnestly? What?
That's funny. Well, that doesn't bother me too much. I mean, famous kids go to school.
I guess.
Like fucking Natalie Portman went to Harvard.
But it's... I guess. The fucking Obama kids went to some Ivy League school. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess. It just
I just don't like Hail the Weight Down. Yes, I do.
Hail Weight Down. Yeah, he did shape it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He did.
All day. I'm not too bad at it, honestly.
Maxfield. So yeah, I guess people are starting to show up. Maxfield.
Hey, what's up, Max? How you doing, buddy? I was talking about, I watched 13 Hours and I ended up really enjoying it. So yeah, you came up earlier and then we sent them over to your channel. So
everyone's sub to Maxfield Von Priestley. Maxfield Von Priestley.
I mean, come on, just for that great name.
Yeah. He's MVP.
How many Maxfield Von Priestleys are you going to meet in your life? That's a pretty good name. Yeah. Well, the thing that I don't like is that the thing that turned me off, immediately was it's that magic is like the Doctor Strange magic, and it's like, well, if you can do stuff like that, then like there's no stakes, like nothing matters. You know what I mean? Like if you can just undo like giant things just because it's inconvenient now, it's like, nah. Like I don't like that. I don't like that, because that just means like, well, then I can't take any of this seriously. So because no matter what happens, maybe Doctor Strange can just pull you from a multiverse or something. Yeah, no consequences. Exactly what to. Exactly.
Yeah, Marvel's had that issue for a while. I mean, because they've had different issues with stakes. So they kept used to bring, false deaths. That was the thing the first few years. And then all the villains ended up getting killed for the most part, except Loki. And then when actually the Infinity Saga happened and they start using time travel, that was kind of a stakes killer. I remember people said that in Black Widow, there was a potential for her to come back because they were supposed. I heard there was a rumor that and I don't think it was the case, but the post-credit scene was going to be somebody coming back in a time suit to try to bring her back. But I don't think that happened. But it's definitely happening with this lawsuit.
Did you see Mahler's like a Black Widow video?
It's 4.5 hours. I saw that it existed. I have not checked it out yet.
Kind of a detail. That motherfucker works. But I watched about half of it, and it's terrific as always, as Mahler's content always is. But wow, I had no one talked about how fucking terrible that movie was. Like his review, I'm like, that is terrible. Like there's a scene where she falls down like, a 7-story, 8-story building and hits like 3 different, like hard metal objects on the way down, and then lands on her feet.
Jesus.
It like A, you're dead, and B, it was just so ridiculous. It was just it was like childlike. It was just so, because it was also like, strong female girl, so you can never make her look weak. It was awful. Like I couldn't believe how bad that's what the movie, it was that terrible. Just by Mahler's review, I was like, this is atrocious.
Yeah. That does not sound good. And I'm trying to look. Classy Vigilante says that 225 is what the lizard is. I'm looking. I can't see.
Oh, really? Lizard?
Yeah, I'll actually toss this on mute because we don't have to hear everything.
We got Doc Ock. We got Goblin. We got. Yeah. I do love his Iron Man suit, but it's like, to me, that's also world breaking though, because it's like, well, then why doesn't everyone have an Iron Man suit? Especially the people who are just people and not superheroes.
Shouldn't Hawkeye and fucking
if anyone should, it's those two. Dead.
Yeah, they should be like super Iron Man out, and should have been the whole fucking MCU.
But they give it to Spider-Man, who's already a superhero. Like he doesn't really need this.
I mean, I know it's a part of the comics, and that's why they did it. But it's like, well,
it's cool. It just is sort of world breaking a little.
Yeah. I'm a boomer, so I'm trying to play this slow mode. There we go. Playback speed. Let's slow it down for the ladies and gentlemen. It's on mute. Because we don't have to hear the theme all crazy. Now I don't see him here. It's 225. So actually, this is Favreau, everyone's hero.
Too late. He's too late.
Too late. Okay.
Maybe it's further back. I don't know.
Okay, I'm about to go through Doc Ock and Spider-Man suit
with this fucking thing right here. What is going on?
Some Inception shit. And that's guy.
That movie.
And Tree Rock Creations, they did that in the comics where Doc Ock was in Spider-Man's brain. And Authenticator says, "Can you pop in?" We kind of try to like keep it in like a 2-man show unless we have a guest planned out ahead of time. So I don't, no offense, but I don't really like just tossing people in the middle.
We try
of stuff,
to keep it as much of an actual professional show as possible.
We're trying our damnedest, man.
We're trying to up our game, man. We're trying.
But hey, appreciate it. Maybe on a VW casual, if you can get me ahead of time. I'm trying to do one on Thursdays and Saturdays. Maybe we can have something ahead.
Yeah, or invite Vig to your channel.
Never heard him praise much of anything. Feels too much. Also, isn't the girl not a Mahler fan? Yes,
I listen to a lot of Mahler. I think a lot of like his it's like a lot of us. It's like the criticism comes out of how much passion you have for the thing that's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it sounds like all you're doing is bitching, but that's because you love the original Star Wars so much, or you love, the Marvel comics, so much. So it's like whenever you're critiquing, it's like you're using it as an example to prove how much they got it wrong, because it makes everything like the thing that you love is being destroyed.
Yeah. And what too is referencing Superior Spider-Man, which is the arc where Doc Ock's brain gets into Peter Parker's body, and it's
what?
Hit or miss.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah. So, after John
who?
Yeah. Okay.
What's that mean?
You mean happy? Somebody said happy. Now we're just watching it in slow motion. Am I too late or too early? So it's just slow. Got the train.
I don't know what that train was all about. That just looked wacky.
Yeah. Another thing is like, if he did a long, like Drinker does positive reviews, he'll do specific reviews on things that he knows he likes to give positive stuff. I guess Marler could do that, but like he
has one called Unbridled Praise. He has Unbridled Praise.
Oh,
I've seen that. Yeah, like especially like he did it for what's that movie that came out, the dementia movie with.
Is it there? There he is. I think for a second.
Wait, go back. That was quick.
That claw, if you see. I think that claw goes after him. See, I think that's what
that
is
about. Some vague shit. That could be anything.
Are we talking about the claw classy vigilante? You said almost there. I know it's after Happy. I think this is after Happy. Because it has to be.
I think they got Green Goblin. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Willem Dafoe back. Hopefully they have him because he's
that's fun.
Such a great.
He's a little old though, eh?
He's one of those. He's not as old as you think.
Really?
I think he's in his 60s because he's one of those people that when he was in his 30s and 40s, he looked old as fuck.
Yeah,
and now
true.
he's almost like the white Samuel L. Jackson.
Now he's 66. That's not too old.
But it's not. Yeah,
that's oldish. Yeah, that's not.
I thought he was like 70, 80. Like, nah, he's just one of those guys.
He's not in the trailer though, right? Just his cackle.
Yeah.
And there is some heavy CG going on Oliver Platt. Boy, he does. I mean, did he lose like 50 pounds? Because that doesn't look like the guy I know.
Yeah, and CG pumpkin bomb. I don't know why you couldn't just make one, but whatever.
I have no idea why. I don't know why they do this all the time.
Okay, so it must be the claw. The lizard could be Venom, could be Oliver Platt. I think Alfred Molina is the guy who plays
Alfred Molina. That's what I meant. Sorry, not Oliver Platt.
Oliver Platt. He was incredible. Willem Dafoe in The Lighthouse. Everyone talks about The Lighthouse. I haven't seen it. It's Willem Dafoe and
I heard that was interesting.
I know it's kind of an indie art house movie.
Oliver Platt and Alfred Molina are similarly colored. They kind of have the same. Yeah, but they both have like a same look with dark hair. Oliver Platt. Yeah, sorry, Alfred Molina. I do like Alfred Molina though.
Yeah.
I saw him speak once. I kind of got the impression he was a little full of himself, though.
Yeah, I think he's one of those because he was like a stage guy, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So he's one of those like actors.
Yes, he felt very satisfied with himself. Just a little like.
Yeah, I remember him in Not Without My Daughter, which was like I don't know if it was a Lifetime movie, but like I think I saw it before Spider-Man and after Spider-Man. I'm like, man, Doc Ock is really a dick to his wife and his daughter, but that's a whole nother.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't like him, and I didn't like him. I didn't like in Spider-Man 2 that there was an evil switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just want you to be evil.
Yeah, because he was refreshing in that movie. He was so great. He was such an asshole throughout the whole movie. Then at the end, he's all like, "Well, oh no, Peter, let's save the day now." So,
yeah,
should have went out. And Tree Rock Creations talking about Dr. Pepper. It tastes better with real cane sugar, but it's cheaper to make with corn syrup, which doesn't taste good. Same can be said about old versus new Star Wars. Yeah, it's cheap. Well, I don't know if CG is cheaper.
That's a CG. I don't think CG is cheaper. I think it's just easier to control.
Yeah, it is. It is easy because
I really just think it's easier. I don't think it's cheap because actually CG is pretty fucking expensive.
It's very expensive and it's very time consuming for the individuals who are actually doing the CG.
Yeah,
I mean it's and then getting the lighting right. I mean, shit. Let's just go back to this because I have it paused. You have to do this CG shadow. Look at this, like a prism light, all this shit. Even the fire's probably CG. The smoke, like you know what I mean. So somebody had to put in all of this shit.
Yeah,
and it takes
rocks,
time.
All those little details, shadows, and all that stuff. Yeah, and they end up farming a lot of it out. Like a lot of it goes to like Vietnam, like CG farms and shit like that, where like people work for nothing, because it's cheaper to do that. But I remember there was like a big, I remember there was some big breach years ago because they sent all this information over to like some, it was like just some third party kind of CG house, and they just like exploited all the information and took people's credit cards and shit like that.
Oh man.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah.
What too? Imagination is cheaper than the Disney shite. Let's headache too. Whatever you write in your imagination is better than Disney. And I'm not sure. I'm not a CG guy if they use Blender, Rajesh.
I don't know any of that type of shit.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm still probably gonna check this Spider-Man out. But I have reservations. I still have reservations. I'm in for the member berries. I'm all in for the member berries. I'm happy with I'm happy with them. I'm happy to see Alfred Molina and Green Goblin and Toby and all the stuff from the Raimi verse. I'm happy to see that tossed in, but it's like,
yeah, I guess so. But I just don't like that it's multiverse. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we
Because
only
that's
need
also, like I
100,000
said,
times.
it's a blank check to do whatever you want. Because at the end of this movie, like Doctor Strange could, set back time and get us to the multiverse back when we started, and it's just like you can just do whatever you want now.
Oh yeah, you don't know that is the plan. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is another movie. Comes out, I don't know, next year, the year after. So that's the plan. That's the plan. Is more Multiverse Madness. No. And then I didn't see Loki, but apparently Kang the Conqueror ruined it too, because he saw different verses and picked one, and it was just they've destroyed the stakes in this series.
They have, man. They really have. And it's just they so they say it all the time. They hire activists. They don't hire people who, really give a shit about the storytelling, because it's like they just destroy things. Like the whole Loki thing, like listening to like the EFAP guys and Gary talk about it, it's like, yeah, no, you just undid your entire universe with these big strokes, and you don't even realize you did it.
Yeah.
Tree Rock Creation says, yes, CGI is expansive. Expansive. Years ago, people would say you're homosexual using a word like expansive. You're not homosexual, are you? That's from.
It's pretty good accent.
Thanks. That's from Layer Cake.
You've talked about Layer Cake, and I have still not seen it, which is
fucking masterpiece.
But how much is the cost? I don't know.
It's all very expensive. It's all extraordinarily expensive.
Everything is really expensive.
All costs a lot of money. But I don't think it's significantly. I don't think it's even cheaper. I think it's about the same price or close to it.
Yeah. Now I will say this: practical takes more like actual. I'm not trying to discount the workers on the computer, but it takes more physical work, and it's more of like, with the editing, making sure everything's right. A lot of people, and what it is they normalize CG, so that's the standard way of doing things now.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
So that's as much of a process thing, to where you instead of shooting forever to make sure this take looks perfect, now you just shoot it however, and then you just CG and you fix it in post, and that's been the thing. So that's the thing. It's kind of as much as it's an expense thing, it's also a process thing for everyone who's working on the film.
Yeah, it's more control.
Yeah,
it's more control, and it's easier to tweak and all this type of shit. But yeah, it's still I don't think it's, because wasn't there like a few movies recently that were kind of praised for their practical effects that came out?
Isn't the girls bringing up Mad Max? Just check the budget for that. That was all practical. Let me check the budget for that.
Stop normalizing CGI, guys. It's not cool. Says Ascension Dodo. It's funny.
That's not that Mad Max Fury Road. Sorry, I'm looking it up.
All I can really see is like
still a big budget movie. It's still like, hold on, I gotta actually share the screen because I'm an idiot. We're still talking 150 to 185 million.
Yeah, it's a giant movie.
It's still a lot of money, so it's not.
Yeah,
we're
but it's
still
so over the top. And I think there's some CG in that. Like, there's at least the sandstorm. Some of that's got to be CG.
Yeah, I think some of it was. But I think that there was a mostly practical movie. Yeah, you see still. And Tree Rock, you bring up a good point. Insurance. I didn't think about insurance. Insurance for certain stunts, CG would cut that cost. So it's just it is what it is. And yeah, it was Mad Matilda. It's kind of the proto woke film. It's one of the few woke films I'll still admit to like.
Mad Matilda. That's funny. Yeah, it was absolutely. I remember thinking that when I watched it, and also like it had that, like the girls were like the victims of like this patriarchal male. That was very much a part of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, No, I was about to say something. I was about to say something sexist, but I'll stop. I'll just
look
stop.
at you.
I'll be restrained. We're talking about restraint. I'll be restrained. But yeah, CG is expensive, and movies are expensive no matter what. There's no real war that is. Anything else to say on the Spider-Man thing before we? I kind of want to also talk about Shang-Chi.
Yeah, sure. But no, I'm not that cynical about it. I think it actually looks pretty interesting. Like I said, I don't love their story choices. But it could be just a fun movie. I do concur with most people that are saying, how much they hate this MCU Spider-Man and how it's not really Spider-Man. I think you're all right about that. But I'm not bothered by anything I saw in that trailer to the point where I'm like, oh, this is gonna fucking blow. Like, I'm like, it might be fun. It seemed like a restrained trailer. Like, for instance, like the Shang-Chi or the Eternals, like they're just throwing all this shit at you to try to distract you from the fact that it's a pile of shit. This looked like they're like, this is the story we're gonna tell, and you can come hang out with us if you want. Like, it seemed a little more inviting. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I was probably gonna see it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little, I guess, relative to the other Spider-Man films in the MCU, which again I was not a fan and was not excited about. I'm probably more excited for this. Oddly excited. I have reservations though. I'm excited, but with some caveats and some reservations. So Shang-Chi. I have maybe a hot take. Maybe it's just me and Jens Peter. I don't know if you saw fucking Jens.
I saw some of it.
It was, pretty hilarious. Jens is a national treasure to the people of Britain. He's insane. So I am cautiously optimistic about Shang-Chi. It's probably going to bomb. But I think it's going to be a fun experience. I know a lot of people are not in the Simu Liu. I'm going to fuck up his name many times. Stop Asian hate. He's not everyone's cup of tea.
He's such a douche.
Something about him, even though he says a bunch of, he comes off like a guy who's never had a chance to be a star until now, and doesn't know what to do with the little attention he's gotten. Doesn't mean to defend him.
That's interesting.
But he just comes off, because I remember we were reading an interview about his first show. He was complaining about the lack of Asian representation on the writer staff, of course. He just sounded like he's just.
Whenever they say that, it's as if they there was just a line of Asian people clamoring to get in this room, and they're just like, absolutely not, only us. It's like it's not necessarily like that. You know what I mean? There might be Asian writers on another show down the hall. Like, it's just, why does it always need to get just obsessed with with quotas?
I'm talking about to the Western world, not the 51st state of the United States, Canada. Just teasing Thought and Islington Girl. Kim's Convenience was the Canadian show that he was on. I guess maybe it was popular.
Canadian show. I think that's all you need to know there. Thoth.
Oh man. But it just looks like it doesn't look great, but it
doesn't
looks
even look good.
I don't know. I kind of liked it. The trailers, it looks like a bunch of bad CG and some kung fu. But
I don't give a shit. Like, I have no interest at all.
I have a little bit. I know cool. I know I'm the only person. But I've said this before. My standards have fallen. They've beat me down.
That's true.
Beat me down. And yeah, Rumble in the Bronx would probably be a watch. And I honestly been wanting to watch some old Jackie Chan movies. Fucking
he's so much fun.
One? The one that came out before Rumble in the Bronx, but I didn't see it till after. Like Super Cop.
Oh, something like that. Yeah, Meet the Cop that can't be stopped. Yeah, remember that really from Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, Super Cop. Yeah, he's had some really cool movies, and they probably are better watches. But this genre of kung fu and karate style fighting movie hasn't really been a part of the Western medium outside of Ip Man, which still wasn't a Western film or film series. It's been a while since I've seen something like this, so that's my interest. Like, oh man, these movies used to be cool when I was younger, and used to see quite a few of them. So I was like, you know what, I'm willing to do it just to see that. Now, I mean, Simu Liu, the wokeness, even though I defended him, but I thought we should have went a little bit harder at Bob Chapek, because fuck Bob Chapek. Anytime you got a chance to step on your enemy's balls, and he do it, because fuck Bob Chapek. But like, I don't know. I'm more optimistic. I want to say more optimistic in that was than Spider-Man, but I just feel like I know what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get a kind of schlocky, cheesy movie. I'm hoping the fighting is good. I'm hoping the fighting is good enough for me to like tolerate it and say, hey, the movie wasn't as terrible as it looked, guys. But it's probably gonna be a massive one.
Now, are you a big martial arts film fan? Is that your kind of thing?
I'm not, but I like it, and it's one of those things like, I remember that style of film. I need to get back into it. Sure. You guys recommend? It's almost like, oh man, I haven't seen a movie like that in a while. So,
well, did you ever see? Oh shit, my brain just stopped working. I forgot what I was going to say.
People have recommended something like The Raid and Ip Man and stuff, like more recent stuff that's in this thing. And Classic Vigilante Distant Cousin.
Well, this isn't really like a martial arts movie or a martial arts show, but there's that show on Netflix called Kingdom or The Kingdom. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love that goddamn show. It's the Korean zombie show. So it's like, it's like martial art. It's like takes place in like feudal Korea. So it's like, there's like, samurai swords and zombies. It's fucking badass, man.
Oh man.
It's really
cool. That sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah. And it's like they have like proto rifles, then there's like one guy who's like a sharpshooter, but it's such a badass film. And it's really incredibly well made. And I think it's a female led show, if I'm not mistaken, like a female creator. But it's spectacularly made.
Do stuff now.
They could do stuff now. But it's spectacularly well made. It's so beautiful and compelling that it would be a compelling like period drama if it without zombies. It would still work. And then you throw zombies in there, it's an amazing show.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah,
I gotta check that out. And people are talking about Jet Li. He never cried about shit. No, he didn't cry about
no one ever
shit
did.
like
it's so new that these guys just whine and bitch and moan all the time.
Yeah. And the movie Jet Li and Jackie Chan did was disappointing. Forever Kingdom. I don't know if I saw that. I think I remember, but I don't think I saw it. What was the movie? Oh, I did see. I think the last martial arts. Wasn't there one movie with Jet Li, and it ended with a bunch of arrows, and I can't remember what it was called.
I don't know. I'm not the biggest martial arts film fan myself. Like, I'll check out and shit, but it's not really my thing.
Me neither. I thought it, and I guess it's The Last Kingdom. I thought it looked interesting based upon that concept. That's my whole thoughts. And hey, everybody else in this thing is going to tell you how much it sucks.
The Last Kingdom is the show that's about
the
Vikings, right?
Oh, so you guys are all
the Last Kingdom is the British show. That's the one about the Vikings and the British nobles and stuff like that. It's pretty good. It gets a little BBC, a little woke there towards the end. And it's just it's good, but it's not incredible. Like, it's a good show, but it's like after a while, kind of like, all right.
Yeah, and it's just Kingdom is the zombie one. So Kingdom, it's just the zombie one.
Yeah.
And Hell Latino Slant.
Hey, what's up, Ollie?
Appreciate everybody just showed up in the chat. If you can, leave a like, share, sub, all that good stuff.
Hell yeah. Get the word out, man. I know me and Vigilante we're trying to push harder to be more professional and like get, we got the whole thing on, and take this opportunity if you haven't to either sub on iTunes or Spotify or whatever, because we have we have our show, The Culture Crime Fighters, is out there as a podcast, so you don't have to have YouTube open. You can just listen to the audio, our soothing voices, via the Spotify app or the iTunes app, anywhere you get podcasts. And we're trying to push and grow and get more people in here and like hang out with you fun guys. And I want to do more game streams. Like, I'm having a blast doing that. So I'll probably stream New Vegas tonight, I think.
Cool.
I'll play a little bit later.
And it looks like 2 has to bounce in a few, so I appreciate that. It's probably locked out.
What do you mean?
That's what Newbound Turk says. You're still locked out, Paulie. So guess we'll find out in a little bit.
What does that mean? Locked out of what? His house?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Please let us know what's up with Paulie in the chat. Yeah,
That's weird.
I guess to go back to what was it? Shang-Chi. I'm the only one who has any positivity going towards it.
I appreciate that. I like your angle on stuff. I like that you knew right away that the Luke thing and Mandalorian was bullshit. You were the first one on top of that one. And I don't know, maybe it's good. Thanks, Owa, too. Good to see you, brother. Maybe it will be good. I just have no interest. I don't care. I'm not even slightly interested.
Paulie got locked out of his YouTube channel. Because we saw him, I would imagine he isn't. I hope.
Right.
That sucks.
Is this not another April Fool's joke, is it?
Yeah.
You remember he got us? How bad he got us? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Cooked me.
Yeah.
Could not believe he got me that bad.
A lot of people, I mean, he had the whole fandom in a tizzy when he did that. It was pretty smooth.
Boy, he did so well. I mean, his channel's up.
Yeah.
There's videos from recent videos he's done.
And I would take Donnie Yen versus Tree Recreation. Said no takers. I would take that. That would be awesome. And here's his status on Twitter. I don't know how to. I gotta go into the YouTube because StreamYard doesn't let me copy and paste for some fucking reason. I don't know why it's built that way. You can't copy and paste.
He says 4 hours ago, it says at Team YouTube, my channel is locked. I can't upload new videos or go live tonight. I have a musical guest booked, all because I played an existing YouTube video from December 2019, not from my channel, of a Mexican being tossed and dizzy. Please review this immediately.
What?
Wow, that fucking sucks, Paulie.
God damn it, YouTube. Like, stop with the book, man. YouTube is a killer. If you if you didn't know any better, you would think they hate their own platform.
Well, they just like very specific. It's like anything else when corporations get too big, it's like they want the safest, most digestible, most wide, like broad type content, and they I think they overstep the times with how they censor and how they patrol their own platform.
Clearly, I guess Paulie, he's still locked out for now. That's sucks, horrible.
Man. That sucks. He had a guest book too. It's too bad.
Fuck it. Same with Coso's Reddit. It could be a situation where somebody
really
went after you.
Because everyone likes Paulie.
Yeah.
He's not like as controversial. He doesn't he doesn't attack people like we do.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, sometimes when everybody likes you, there's somebody, he's all perfect. So I don't know. That's fucked up. Paulie's a great channel. If you haven't subbed, which I'm sure you probably have, please give Latino Slant a sub.
Hell yeah.
If any of the modulantes can toss his channel out there, I would really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Man. And what too? He says, might be right back. Pop got the Alzheimer's. I'm sorry to hear. I'm not sure if that's a joke or if that's serious. I'm sorry to hear that if it is.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, he's taking the show in the Espanol. Okay, cool. That's good, man. Like Midnight Edge, Espanol, that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
okay.
Smart.
Well, also,
that's a good move.
Somebody can sub there, and I may have to. I'm not sure if any other modulantes are in the chat, but if you can put up either channel, the Midnight Edge Espanol or Paulie's channel, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. So kind of it doesn't necessarily have to be the last topic. I'm not sure how much we have to say because I don't want to be all spoilery with the Witcher series.
Ah, yes.
Or the movie. It's an animated movie, and I saw it.
Just came out. It's number 9 in America right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I liked it. It's awesome to me.
I only watched, like I said, like the first 15 minutes, but yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. I would definitely finish it. So my experience with the Witcher universe, I've never played the game. I've never read the books. I've never watched the series. I have heard about the game. I've watched review. There's a channel called Joseph Anderson. He has this really expansive review of the Witcher series, like really expansive, like multiple, like Mauler style of the Witcher game series. And I've seen those because I gotta get through work, and it makes a solid podcast. And so I know a little bit about the lore from that. But I would say this, non-spoiler. this series or this show does a really good job of exposing you to the lore without holding your hand or leaving you lost. And I think that's an incredible balance to pull off.
And
So
it's
yeah, the
not
animated.
fucking around either. Like
No, it's not.
the opening sequence is so raw and real, and like not real, but just like wow, they really went for it. Like they didn't hold anything back.
Yeah.
It was like, damn, it was a great way to open the movie and really get you interested and let you know that they're not messing around. They're not playing games.
Yes. That this world is very violent, and it doesn't hold. It doesn't let up the whole. It's not a series. It's a movie. It's about an hour and a half. It's not let up the whole movie. It's just more violent, but it's not just violence for violence sake. It's not just a bloodbath of bloodbath sake. It does tell a really good story. And yeah, that's he says there's a lot of racial hate. That's one of the big things in the movie. So
Really?
I mean, yeah.
Is it handled well? Like is it like, wokey?
No, I didn't find it wokey. I didn't
Good.
find it wokey. I don't want to spoiler, but I feel like it's fantasy. Yeah, it's fantasy racial hate, elves and whatnot.
Yeah, kind of like the movie Bright, where there's like the elves and the orcs gonna have like there's like class issues.
Yeah, but like the way it's handled, it doesn't. There's no floweriness to any character. Like there's like nobody is like this holier than thou character. They all feel everybody has kind of realistic motivations for why they do things.
Yeah.
There's just it's good to see something that's really well done, really like like I said, there's a lot of violence, but it's not also like, oh, we're just uber violent kids and we don't have any story to tell. It's like there's a story to tell. There's a lot of it's pretty interesting. It's pretty intriguing. You guys are really bigging up the books. And the elves are fucking hated in the books, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the show is good. Like I heard like from Gary, who's a source I trust, that I guess a lot of the changes that like the longer we've had it, the more kind of woke it does appear to be. For instance, I guess they made some pretty significant plot changes, and the only real difference of those plot changes is that the man is worse in them. Like he's like the bad guy. So it's like, and then they definitely did some woke casting. You know what I mean? Like people like race stuff that just wasn't in the books is not part of the lore at all.
Yeah.
And it's not, and then also just from like a technical standpoint, like it's not an amazing show in the sense that like I kind of got a little bored with they always have an obligatory fight scene, and it's just after a while you're like, all right, whatever. You're just kind of bored. Like it's just generic action because there's no plot attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say it was really good. It was really fun in a way. And I thought they did a very bold, extremely bold story structure choice by kind of not letting you know what times different things were happening in. So it's like, you're kind of like, wait a minute. And you have to like piece it together in your head and really work and focus on like paying attention to the show. As much as that confused people, and it confused me too, I think that was a really bold choice because audiences now, like, we're so well trained, there's just so much content that it's like you need to push it somehow, and you need to keep people engaged as much as possible. And I thought that was a really interesting way to do it.
Yeah, and I think the books do something similar. You guys can correct me in the chat, but I think they like at least some of the earlier books do something similar with the time skipping and not quite letting you know, and it reveals it as it goes. And since your dildo says it's not woke, good old Eastern European prejudice, it's a sport here, apparently.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Islington girls, yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate it. She says elves were an alien race that brought magic to the Witcher world, and a lot of humans hate and distrust them, and by extension, magic users.
I like that. It's kind of cool. And I love that the Witchers are like motivated by money. Like,
yes,
you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, we'll do it, but you're paying us. Like, that's what we do. Like, we're not just like these noble, like Robin Hood like characters. Like, they're like, yeah, no, but I need to get paid to kill your monster. So pony up some coin and I'll do it. I like that.
Yeah. And off topic, but Tree Rock Creations is looking for Donnie Yen versus Jet Li color books. We can color blood sports. For them beating the crap out of each other.
That's funny.
They were doing. I don't know. You remember when that adult coloring book was like a craze?
No.
It's like the 2010s. Maybe I don't know if it's because I worked at like retail and then I worked at fucking Amazon at a little point, but it was like so much fucking adult oriented coloring books. Like, what the fuck is this?
No, that's weird.
Oh no, that was a thing.
Huh.
It was totally a thing.
This is news to me.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, really. I don't judge it or anything. I find it a little strange, but like, all right, whatever. I mean, I guess, do whatever you want.
Yeah. People, whatever floats your boat will find your lost remote. But yeah, that's total rip from Outkast. I think Andre 3000 said that. But yeah, this Witcher movie is actually good. I know you were expecting us to just say woke stuff bad all episode, but no, there's something good. You should watch it. If you like the Witcher universe, if you like just a good animated
wait a second, sorry. I just Googled adult coloring books and wow, I found there's a lot. It keeps going. There's one that says an adult coloring book for sex addicts. Then there's the naughty coloring book for adults, which has Wonder Woman like all with like her arms behind her back, all kind of like sexed out. And then there's one that says Big Cocks coloring book for adults. That's just a bunch of dicks, I guess.
I didn't mean like that adult oriented.
I know. I didn't know. I didn't. This was just. I was just Googling like it, as one does, and I guess there's a lot of different cock coloring books. That's kind of funny. Boy. Oh my god!
Well, I'm not sure if those are the ones that Islington Girls has, but she says, "Fuck off, leave my coloring books." Use the U because he's a Canadian. Leave my coloring books alone. I have a bunch. It's a relax. I told you it was a thing.
That's pretty funny.
It was a thing. Okay, I didn't have those.
Oh my god!
Just with birds and shit. Okay, sure. You believe?
What the hell? Okay, sorry. I'm just distracted by all these penis-shaped coloring book things. Like, who is this a pastime for? Like, who's just like dee-dee-dee, just like kick your feet in the air, like while you're coloring at a dick. I don't know. This is really weird.
Give me a RoboCop coloring book.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, such a diddle. So it's not fun. Big cock's the only color you can use is brown.
I would, that made me think I would watch a RoboCop animated series.
That would be nice to do.
I think that would be
nice.
fun.
Does Amazon own that now because they bought MGM?
I don't know.
I think that was in it.
I think there's juice in that, Barry. Hail, brother. Another Mohawk man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely watch. I think that would be a fun idea. That'd be a fun way to explore it. I mean, I don't know who the hell that new the RoboCop reboot was
2014. For. I don't know who that was for either.
PG-13. Wow, who's interested in that? Anyone who was a fan of the movie growing up is already old enough to go see an R movie, and it was an R movie back then. Why would you lower the and just make it some generic, bland, like ew? No.
Like, I liked elements of that, but it really could have been better. I liked it was in Detroit. Thank God every crime was downtown, so you can show this. That was funny. Like if you watch his GPS, it is an actual GPS in Detroit. Every single crime happens in the downtown area. It's for people from Detroit. That's kind of an enjoyable, ridiculous Easter egg because most of Detroit does not look like this downtown area. But whatever. But yeah, it was very like.
Oh, and it's Joel Kinnaman as RoboCop. I didn't know that. I like Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah. Oh man, KJ. I always screw up his name. K2J Extreme, the Shadow Dweller, who actually is a much better gamer than me. If you're looking for people who play games that are good, you should check him out. He says he still plays the Sega Genesis version of RoboCop versus the Terminator, which I have seen.
Wow, they really did try though. It's got Joel Kinnaman, Gary Oldman, Michael Keaton, and Samuel L. Jackson. That's a hell of a cast.
Yeah, they did try, and I mean, like, it was acted competently. But the story, it didn't feel like a RoboCop movie. It felt like they were trying to do this like futuristic sci-fi kind of like, I don't want to say horror, but just one thing the movie did well was try to like let you feel like how it would actually be to go through the RoboCop procedure. But it was just it's
gotta
one
make
of those
it ultra violent. You have to.
Yeah, it deviated from the core of what RoboCop is by trying to tell its own story. It didn't do it in a woke way, but it did it in a very, that's what happened. That's what was accomplished.
Yeah, and that just sucks. No, I mean, I'd like to just update, just a new RoboCop. You could evolve it, but I mean, you got to make it super violent. Like that's part of the movie.
Okay.
Oh, that's a creepy scene. I'm just like I'm image searching it, and there's just one image of like what's left of his body, where it's just like his lungs, his heart, and his head. Oh, that's creepy.
There's a lot of creepiness in there. Punk Water, what's up? And VW. Eric K just said VW. I'm not sure.
Hey, hello, Eric K.
I'm not sure if he was just saying hey, but hey, and I guess he's been in the chat for a little bit. I appreciate everybody who's been in the chat. Shout out to the YouTube bots notifying people. That's always cool. It's always cool. But yeah, go check your Netflix for The Witcher. And
check it out.
We will see.
From what I saw, it was really good.
It's really good. Yeah, you should watch the whole thing. Definitely watch the whole thing. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch that as soon as we're done here.
RoboCuck 2021 says Josh. Yeah. Was there anything else to talk about? I know it's a little early, but I kind of don't know what else to. I mean, there's a video of the fight in Pittsburgh that I kind of want to show.
Oh yeah, that's the bonus. Yeah, that's the little bonus story you were talking about. Sure, let's watch it. I mean, we kind of covered everything else, and I don't really have much else to say. I mean, yeah, The Witcher was good. Go check it out. I guess that's the thing too. Islington Girl is like when you praise something, it's not like a whole like how long can that conversation go? You know what I mean? Like if it's something where we're going to do like a stream, right? Where it's like, okay, we're going to praise, say RoboCop, right? We did like a RoboCop stream. That's different because we're all in on it together and we can like talk about what we liked about the different moments and kind of praise it collectively. But if it's like, you've never seen it, it's not that enjoyable to hear someone just praise a thing because at some point you're like, okay, I want to go see it. And then like, so please stop talking about it. Like, don't spoil anything. Whereas like if something's terrible, it's like, you don't mind it being spoiled and it's kind of fun. It's like fun to get your shots in there on something that's bad, especially the way it's bad now. Like it's different. These are just different movies from just being like, poorly executed or overly corporatized or something like that. Like it's a lot different now. Like there's a whole machine behind a lot of this. So it feels even more, I don't know, compelling as an audience standpoint, I think, to like go after this type of stuff because it feels necessary.
Yeah, on favorite movies, you can do a whole stream on it, like Nick does for Toxic Tuesdays, and that's true for as far as streams. And we've done. Hey, you can check. I think it's on Foulball channel. We did it from Dust Till Dawn stream.
Dust Till Dawn, exactly.
It was just glowingly about it. I think Paulie, speaking of him, guested for like a few minutes.
Yeah, that was really fun. I had a blast doing that.
Yeah.
And we also, I know we want to do others, and we've done Con Air, in the past. We did like some Christmas movie stuff.
Yeah, we sure did do. That was really good. That Christmas one with Kurt Russell as Snake Santa Pliskin.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was awesome. Yeah. I was waiting on a Hitchhiker review.
Oh yeah, wait a while. It's gonna take a long time. I'm really working on that one.
Oh,
yeah, I would just forget about it, honestly, because it'll be out, but it's like Gary's Picard review, I think. You know what I mean? It's like something like that. It'll be like Lord, because I'm working on it, but I'm like writing a script. I'm really trying to put a lot of energy into this one.
Yeah, so. I have my own Picard review that I'm working on, and it took me weeks to write the script. It took me a little bit. It didn't take that long to record the dialogue, but then there's a lot of edits I got to do after. Yeah. Then the fucking editing of footage and watching Mahler videos really slowed it down because then I'm like, oh man, it was an EFAP and they were breaking down somebody else's video and they were just shitting on how the editing was and like, oh, why does he have this shot when this line's going? So it made me really, really fucking self-conscious. And so now I'm like, oh, I kind of not tore it up because I kept a lot of the audio, but then re-editing things, trying to make sure I can't do it every single scene or every single sentence, but as many sentences have like a relevance to the clip as possible. And I'm 17 minutes in to a half-hour review, and I just wish it was done. It takes forever. It takes forever.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable with the idea of even reading off a script. Like I really like just the kind of speak my mind as it comes, but I started doing it just based on my notes, and I'm like, this is so disjointed. Like, I want this to be more organized. Like, I want this to have like a collective, cohesive vision where I really break down what I didn't like about these things and sort of like take it in segments. Like, I have like, I don't know, like 15 minutes about just the fucking song in the beginning, like the opening song, you know, like, because there's just so many things it destroys. Like about like the stakes and like it kills the comedy. There's so many reasons why it doesn't work. So it's like I'm just like, segmenting all that. But that all takes a lot of time.
Yeah, reviews are hard.
Yeah,
reviews are hard. That's why the bigger YouTubers get the big bucks. It's nothing. And it's a dick move when someone makes a YouTuber feel self-conscious, uncomfortable. Yeah, who does that?
Yeah, what kind of a jerk? I think in Mauler and EFAP's defense, typically those videos that they go after are like very popular channels or like relatively popular channels that like where the guy either says nothing or has an absolutely terrible take. I think they try to be. I don't think they're picking on people typically.
Yeah, I think the take was bad. I think it was something about Loki or something, but it was just that the criticism of criticizing why he had a certain shots at certain things that he said like affected the way I'm editing this review. Okay. And that makes it a lot more difficult. Mauler will never see my review. It'll be a miracle if any of you actually see my review the way fucking YouTube works.
I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it. I mean, it's something that's interesting because it's like, especially like a review like that. Like that's just insight. Like I'm just curious to hear your take on it. Like I'll watch it for sure.
Yeah, and I still have not said the movie because it's a fairly negative negative review to a movie that a lot of people like, and I don't want to. I think some of the I don't know the buzz or the I don't know. I'm trying to think of the essence. It's like, oh man, he's talking about this one. So yeah, so we will see. Hopefully
I like that. No, I think that's fun. Go for it. And I mean, Mauler's like long form reviews was what broke his channel.
True.
And also like reviews and stuff are kind of evergreen. Like unless it's like a hot movie that's out like right now, it's the kind of thing that'll always generate views.
Yeah. And Lord Thought says he'll watch anything once. I appreciate that.
There you go. Hell.
Appreciate that. And normally like to have notes and script just to reference in my videos. Yeah, a lot of my videos when I do them, I'm just off the cuff.
Holy shit. Sorry. What? I just say if there's people if you guys are, subbed to me, can you guys just make sure you're still subbed? Because I'm draining like subs like a tub, man. I started the week off for like last week. I had like 1640. I have 1625 right now. I've lost 15 subs in the past few days. So just make sure it's not one of you guys. You make sure you're subbed because I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I don't know if like people are actually fleeing because they hate my content or if they're just manually unsubbing people, which I think is probably what's going on because I haven't even put out that many videos that people would hate so much. But, just make sure you're still subbed because I'm like, I don't know, for whatever reason, they're purging me.
Yeah. Sorry if you can hear the ad. I'm trying
I can hear some in the background now.
Okay. Because for some reason, oh, Jesus, stop. Jesus, take the wheel of this ad. Oh, my Lord. Is it going to play the damn video now? What the hell is going on? Okay. Hopefully this is the full clip. Hold on. Let me try to mute this. Make sure this is a full clip. Then I'll show it full screen. Let me actually skip ahead. So is this the full one?
Lord Thoth will just unsub. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you guys are still subbed. Okay, cool. Good. All right, good. As long as you guys are still subbed, yay.
Appreciate whoever is still subbed. Make sure you're still subbed here. Because I know a lot of times when I stream or when I post a video, that's when subs go away for whatever reason.
Look at you, 650, man. You're pushing 700.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Hell yeah. All right, it's good to see everyone still subbed. That's good news.
Cool. Okay,
cool. Good stuff.
It's not messing with you with the regulars. It's just messing with probably the fringe.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some people, that just sub to be nice. We talked about that.
That's the whole point of the algorithm in a way to make sure really they don't want to see people use bots. And I get that does happen quite a bit. to like puff up the sub numbers. So I do understand on some element, like, well, this person's not even watching, so they're not really subbed.
Yeah. Did you see Ascension Dildo's comment?
Yeah. Okay. So this is the full video, or at least the full clip. I just want to show it. What does Ascension Dildo say? I'm too busy.
He said, no, Matt, those are just unsubs from people you met in Vegas.
Oh man.
That I would meet people and turn them off so much that they went to YouTube and unsubbed.
And now I'm done. Oh, unsub just to test it.
It's just like, ugh.
And Tree Rock Creations keep talking about Space Above and Beyond in 4K. Space Above and Beyond. I saw you talk about it earlier in the chat, and I vaguely remember it, but I don't completely remember it.
No idea what that is.
So real quick, let's just see. I think this is actually a Lion Steelers game. I just find this interesting. It's just the interesting thing of the day. There's nothing really to say, and there's a little spoiler for the clip, but let's just watch this.
Oh.
And then the boyfriend gets put to sleep. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah. So
he pushed her first.
They got into an argument. It looks like she puts her hand on him, and then he pushes it away. That's what it looks like.
And she looks like a real. Oh, he just. He probably did touch her, but it didn't look aggressive.
It didn't look aggressive, but then she slapped him.
Yeah.
And then the boyfriend got put to sleep for his
boyfriend got put to sleep, son.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what to say. I
that woman looks like a real cunt. But I have no idea what, like, there's just so many assholes walking around. Like, that guy could have been really, he could have been loudly playing music or like just being really openly sexual or something. And the woman's like, could this guy just fucking stop? You know what I mean? And then she handled it really poorly, or she could be a monster. I have no idea. The thing is, we have got no context.
There's no context to know what happened. I think the bigger beef is the what happened. There's, people on Twitter kind of all taking sides. I'm sick of, as a black man, I'm sick of us being oppressed. Man. So him knocking out the oppressor and the boyfriend, good for him.
You like
especially
that?
About white women.
Oh, white women, I swear to God.
I don't think anyone's more oppressive nowadays. Sorry, Islington girl, than white women. But no, all jokes aside, I don't know.
I mean, don't hit people. You know what I mean? Like women live in that kind of like that bubble of protection. It's like, no, you can't just hit and touch people. Like, I don't know if maybe him like throwing down like that was really the right thing to do, but like,
yeah.
Also, she shouldn't slap him. Like, you can't hit people because it creates this sort of like immediate response inside of you that you don't really necessarily have control over. Like, some guy poked me in the eye one time. I fucking cracked him and I was at work. You know what I mean? And it just happens so fast. Like, it was just, you know what I mean? It's like you respond like instinctually, like to protect yourself.
We have a primal element in the brain, and if you trigger it, it takes a while for it to untrigger. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Your immediate thing is, I have to protect myself. You don't think about all the consequences and legal and all this. And she's a woman, this, that, and the third. It's like, hey, this person, and she did have her boyfriend with him. So if he got out of hand, I mean, they did kind of jump him. He just beat the shit out of both of them.
Yeah, he cracked the shit out of them.
God, he fucked away. So somebody said, what is it? Yeah, somebody did not get laid that night. I can't imagine.
Yeah, what is she doing? Like, what are you doing arguing with these people, like just screaming in someone's face like that? Like, and also like, that's a thing, woman. It's like, what are you going to do if he decides to act like he just did? Like, you have no defense. And obviously your boyfriend doesn't look like an MMA fighter. So like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, how can you just walking around with this entitlement that you can talk to people however you want and treat them however you want? And it's like, yeah, no, the real world just came rushing in there.
Yeah, that's really kind of my takeaway. It's like, hey, I think, and I'm teasing white women and shit like that, and teasing women, but there is that element of like you said, there's a lot of women who walk around, especially nowadays, like, well, everything's on my side, no one's going to touch me, and getting in people's face like that, like, hey, you can't invade people's personal space, you can't put your hands on people. because not everybody is going to think, oh, wait, the law and the rules and everything. They may just react.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. I mean, it's like you're not thinking rationally. You're triggered, really, is what it is. I mean, you're fucking triggered and you just sort of explode and it happens. And like, clearly that guy was just sick of that woman yelling in his face. And I don't blame him. Someone's yelling in my face like that, I would not be okay with about it. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't just like be able to brush that off, especially like they're at the game. Like, what's he just gonna like sit down after that? But the thing is, we have no context of why she was yelling. Like, we don't know what he could have been a really big asshole prior to that. It doesn't. We don't know. There's no way to know.
The energy doesn't seem that way.
No, it doesn't.
It really seems like she was the aggressor.
Yes,
and he responded because he doesn't like it almost seemed like he was trying to de-escalate it until she got in his face and then put hands on him.
Like even when he put his hand on her hand, it just looked like just a very calm and passive, and then she just smacked him.
And then once that happened, it's
fucking over.
Like popcorn.
And then he didn't give a fuck.
No,
he did not care. Man, woman, he didn't give a shit. Yeah, you're going down.
He knocked the boyfriend out.
Oh, he knocked that guy out.
At least the boyfriend wasn't just some other. That would be worse if he wasn't the boyfriend.
Knight.
Yeah, White Knight just happened to be sitting. Oh, you're not supposed to do that to a boom, sleep.
And he was sleeping too.
Yes. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't look like particularly well landed shot. Like it didn't look like he was very sloppy, very wild when he was fighting, so it didn't look like he really it didn't look like a boxer, like a well placed hook or something. Like he just kind of swinging wildly, but oh boy, that guy caught him right in the button.
Yeah. Let's get her on the show next week. That would be awesome. We get her or him if he's not arrested. That would be awesome to get either on the show. So yeah, if anyone has a contact.
What is the fallout on that? Have you heard anything about like what happened?
Let me actually see. And actually, Rajesh, I think this has a lot to do with it. 18 months of this bullshit we're going through, and people are finally out in public. And that's another thing. People haven't interacted with other people in a long time. A lot of us. I had, recently went to a job for the first time physically in almost over a year. So it's a long time, and you maybe you get used to talking shit on Facebook when there's no consequences, and you try to talk like that in real life. I don't know. It just says the police are investigating it.
I don't see any kind of update whatsoever. Just that they're looking into it. That's it.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just something I saw. It's something to kind of, maybe we'll do more of these just on irreverent videos of the week, or just, clips that you see. I don't know. It's just something you can toss out there, because it's just, it's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy to see a fan fight.
It is crazy. And what sucks is like there's no win after that. Like once that happens, like everyone's day is ruined. You know what I mean? There's so much like it's even if you're the fighter, it's just like your day is fucked up. Like that sucks.
Yeah, everybody probably got kicked out of the games. It's gonna be lawyers and all sorts of shit, maybe lawsuit. Who knows?
I know. I just wish I'd like to have a fucking follow-up.
Yeah.
So where there's zero follow-up on this whole thing. Like nothing, no one was arrested. They're just investigating. That's all it says.
Yeah, thank you, journalism. We appreciate
that. Yeah, right. I mean, maybe there's nothing to report, but I would like to know more.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh my goodness.
Oh, gracious. Jesus, man. And then I fucking look, I don't know why I did. I look on Reddit and it just immediately goes to like Trump, fuck Clay Travis. Like, okay.
Oh yeah, of course it does.
Thank you.
Of course it does. I'm looking.
Appreciate, stay classy, Reddit. Stay classy.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Anthroparian? Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Anthroparian. And I know speaking of OG fans, I think Who Knew the Salt Must Flow was here for a second, and I meant to say something. There's so many people enter and leave the chat. I wish I could say hi to everybody all the time, but I miss people. So I'm not sure if Who Knew is still here, but thanks to Anthroparian for being here. Oh, geez. Oh, because he's a black man. He was defending himself against oppressors. Clearly, we all saw that. No.
Yeah, what would the feminist take on this be? They wouldn't know where they'd kind of spurg out a little bit.
The woke people? This is a like feminists. they can just say, well, black men are the white men of black people, so him bad. But if you're just like generically woke, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Like, where do you land on this? And it's a white woman who's obviously a giant victim, but black guy. So
yeah, it's
I don't know.
It's two oppressions on one black guy. So I mean, what are you gonna do? You got to pick a side. I almost wish there was somebody woke in the chat so we can say, hey, as a woke person, what do you think of this incident?
Yeah, I don't really see a whole lot. I'm looking at like the comments and stuff. There doesn't seem like a lot of outrage, and a lot of people are just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. This is a little complicated. Like, there doesn't really seem to be the narrative that people can jump on with this one.
Yeah. And stay at home podcast, JM Cruz.
Hell.
He says, remember that time where a girl bullied a tall black guy inside the train? He smacked the soul out of that girl. I feel like
I know you're talking about with the 8-ball jacket, right?
Yeah. I think I do remember that.
Yeah, he sure did. Jack girl could take a punch though. She didn't go down.
Yeah,
I remember that guy. Yeah, she's.
And
like,
I have. Oh, go ahead.
No.
I saw this. I'm not even a diehard Larry Elder guy.
I saw that.
But they were tossing that out for Larry Elder.
Unbelievable.
These
the
people,
audacity.
Man, like, I'm not even a Republican or a conservative. I have a lot of criticism about them. But this idea that everybody who's Republican must be racist is insane. Especially when I saw this recently, and I will actually be one of them in the future things. Apparently, over 1 million black people have moved to the states of Florida. I think it's 1.5 million have moved to Georgia, Texas, and Florida in the past 18 months.
Damn, really?
That's a significant percentage all moving to Republican ran states. And it's like, kind of fucks your narrative up, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
At least a little bit. That you had
does.
this many people who would want to move to those specific states. I mean, obviously you do have big cities like Atlanta and Miami and Houston and Dallas and Texas. I get it, but it's just an interesting thing to point out. But a lot of it's just the mass restrictions. Here locally, I know we don't that we have mass restrictions, but they are not being enforced or followed, or they're just completely being tossed. It's not the first time where I saw people yelling at people. Guy at 7-Eleven, cashier yelling at people to wear their mask. The first mandates. This time, nobody gives a fuck about those mandates.
Really? They don't give a shit, eh?
Yeah. Nobody.
Cool.
Nobody. It's awesome.
People are fucking over it, man. They're sick of it.
Yeah.
But apparently, I just reading this on Twitter. Texas Governor Greg Abbott bans mandates on COOF vaccines regardless of whether they have full FDA approval.
Yeah, and apparently they don't have full FDA approval. It's just like emergency approval being done again. The trials go into 2023, and I'm only because I'm such a lazy asshole. I saw that on Barricade Garage, and he says a lot of stuff. Shout out to Barricade Garage. You ever checked out his channel? It's pretty funny and based, so to speak.
Yeah. It says that raised questions about the fate of previous Abbott order that prohibited mandates, but only for vaccines with emergency authorization. So this says, according to the Texas Tribune, it says that FDA granted full approval. That's what it says.
Does it? Okay. I thought it was just another renewed emergency approval. The Central Dealer says emergency approval. Honestly, this may sound wacky. I would highly trust Central Dildo over any fucking journalist on planet Earth, because that's all funny. Journalists suck. Right
Isn't that fuck? What a state we're in, where we're like, yeah, no, the guy named Sentient Dildo is a more reliable outlet than the fucking New York Times.
Yeah, he is,
but it's true.
But yeah, it really is, and yeah, the population is the fucking trial. Says Snorter Poopus. Yeah. Apparently, it has to. Oh boy. Yeah,
I like that Abbott's like just leaving it up to the individual. He's like, you can't force you to do it. I'm like, good, that's what it should be. Exactly. And here's the thing about the whole jab in general that I'm kind of curious about, right? So the whole thing is like, it doesn't prevent the disease. You can still spread it, right? That's what they say.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So why on earth would any kind of a business give that as like, you have to show proof of jabination to come in here when it doesn't help this. It doesn't stop the spread of the coof. Like I could understand like a negative test that would make sense to me because then you're proving that you can't spread it. But if you can still spread it, then what does that help? Is this a collective effort to take it easy on the hospitals?
No, it's.
I mean, I'm just saying from their point of view. I mean, from their point, I'm trying to say, like, how do they even justify it?
A lot of people are just so like sheeple, and I hate to just say that the narrative of the jab, which they are already talking about third shots, right?
Yeah, I've heard.
So they're already talking about that. Mm-hmm. So that it's just the right thing to do, just like wearing a mask, even though there's a lot of science, if you want to actually trust science, says it really doesn't do much. If anything, they ignore it. And so even though you can see all these different people who've had the coof after being jabbed, even though the evidence is there, it's like, well, this is what we're supposed to do. So it's just really more of blind compliance.
I think that's really the only way to justify it, because it's like it doesn't help the spread, right? All they say, right? The whole reason you get the thing is it's not an immunization, is that it'll make it, the symptoms will be less. And you're like, okay, what does that have to do with Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, how does that stop spreading if it doesn't? Why are you requiring it?
And yeah, why would Madison Square Garden be invested in that unless it's like it's just some kind of like, it's just for the better of everybody. It's like, yeah, it has nothing to do with your business or your customers. So I don't understand why you would be down with this like that.
Yeah, and Rajesh is talking about them potentially jabbing 12-year-olds in England. It's a very utopia, and I don't mean like utopia. I mean the show Utopia, which I still didn't see, and I think was recommended by. I think it was Such a Dildo who recommended it to you, and you talked about it a little bit.
Golly gosh, yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, so that's thought. And who said something? Yeah, first it was 2, now it's 3 or 4. No, it's going to be a yearly thing, and you're going to need either papers, or if you don't want to get papers, you can just get this chip inside you, and we can just scan that to make sure you're all up to date with all your vaccines.
Yeah, there's some shit. I don't know, because it's like at my job, like when the Delta variant fear and all this stuff started like coming back to the surface, it sucked. The business was empty. We were not getting the same amount of people in there, even on like weekends. I mean, we weren't getting like anyone coming in. We like really dropped off. And then in the past like week or so, it started to pick back up. I think people are just like, fuck it. I don't care. I'm going to go have my life. Can't live my life. I see a lot more masks than I did, but I just think people overall don't really give a shit. They want to just get back to their lives.
Yeah, I agree with you. Ironically, like I was starting to, when you saw the Delta variant or whatever, starting to see a lot more masks. Since they made mask mandates, I see less of them. Like people are like, fuck it, I'm not gonna wear this mask. You know what I mean?
Can't tell me what to do. It's American.
Yeah,
American.
And RFR, shout out to RFR, says logic is going out the window. We could have forcibly vaxxed everyone every year for the seasonal flu, and we still would have the seasonal flu problem every year. Exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah, I wonder like if they would push back on the level of contagiousness is what they would maybe say. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm trying to understand where they're coming from more than, not to just like, nope. Like I at least want to hear what their arguments are, even if I don't agree.
Yeah, I would love to hear a logical argument. I would love to hear like, hey, we know what this jab is going to do and not going to do. Can you logically present why we should forcibly and require people when we know it's not going to actually protect other people? We know that that's not science. You want to believe the science? I am. And the science says it's not going to help in the way you are advertising it's going to help. So why are we mandating it like we are? Or why are we trying to?
I don't know. But I will say, though, there are a lot of people around me that are getting this thing, like getting the coof. They're actually like still getting sick. And that is surprising to me because I thought Texas kind of beat it, like in the sense that just kind of like, but there's like a bunch of people at work that have gotten it like in the past week. Like my buddy's wife got it, or girlfriend or whatever. And then like there's a girl that has it, and then there's like someone like some like actual employees. So it's like there's still a fair amount of new cases like from where I work. and I'm surprised. I did not expect that.
Oh man, see, I'm not gonna act like I'm a virologist and I know everything about it. And I know Bruce Lombardo, who sometimes in these chats, he apparently is getting over it. So I do know.
Really?
Yeah. He said that a couple of days ago that he got it and he was in the hospital, but he's overcoming it. And Punkwaddle, I think, is also based out of Texas. He says there is a resurgence in Texas, so those are real numbers. Listen, I'm not gonna say anything about how the infections. It's just that these methods don't stop them. That's the issue. They don't stop them, and you're requiring them in this authoritarian way. And what's the precedent of you snatching away everyone's rights? You're just going to do that forever and ever? What's the end game with this?
I don't know, and I don't see any kind of rational conversation being had, and it's still more of the same shit. It's more like that's why I don't trust it, is because the way that they do it, the way they convince you is to vilify the other, to vilify someone who isn't on board. So automatically I'm out because I'm like, I don't trust you if that's your angle.
Exactly. Hell, you know what? You're right about people getting it. I think a lot of people who are resistant to the jab, if there was a more open conversation, may have actually thought about it, because they would, if there was an open conversation and it was a little bit more effective.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other can of worms, but yeah.
Most people I know who got it, they don't have any negative side effects. Like my dad got it, my mom got it. Like I know, like people at work, everyone got it. Like I don't know, when they link up all the satellites and they click into phase 2 or whatever, for whatever their nefarious plans of the world are. But I mean, I still am not interested in doing it though. Like I still just don't trust it, and I'm just not. And since I don't trust it, then I'm being hesitant. But it is, I'll tell you though, I've been a little more scared of late, just because I'm like, damn, there's a surge here, and it's like, fuck, I really thought we were past this.
And Punkwaddle says he's from Texas, not disagreeing not disagreeing with the methods don't work as well as they said up front. And there are scientists on both sides. Yeah, and I get it. Like I just want, if you gave us honesty and logic and conversation and didn't politicize it and other, like you said, and be so divisive with it, we could have an honest conversation and it wouldn't be this tit for tat. Your sign, it would be okay, this is what we know, and we would have more of a consensus logic to how to handle this thing. And that's not been what's happened. It's just been, listen to us, we're right, and then somebody, let's suppress information that shows to the contrary. It's really,
and we're going to use fear. We're going to use fear as a weapon, and they still do that. Like it's like when I went to Vegas, you had to wear masks everywhere. Anywhere inside, you had to have a mask on. Like it was like, I think a state mandate or a city mandate. You had to do it. Like even walking through a big open casino, you had to as soon as you walked in. And then when I came back to Texas, and like you didn't have to. It's like I would have that little anxiety of like, oh fuck, I don't have a mask on. Like it would hit you because you just got conditioned to do it all the time. So it's like I feel like that's a lot of like what people are coming back with the mask, like it's just pure fear. Yeah.
And you know what? Rajesh shamelessly plugged himself, which
is
more than
right on.
Shout out to OnlyFans with the shameless plugging yourself. But no, journal.rajesh.taylor.com, who confirms PCR testing poor validation of the coof. So yes, please check out Rajesh's. His
Kai says he didn't wear a mask the whole time. I guess he meant in Vegas. How'd you get away with that? Because every time I walk in the casino, they would say something to me every single time. Maybe I could have pushed past and resisted it. I don't know. I never tried.
Ryan Cannell said something similar on FNT. He just said if someone asked him, he said, "Oh, okay," and just walk away. And he just
I guess so. I just didn't want to be, I didn't want to be a fucking Karen about it. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, yes, I'm annoyed. Yes, I don't think it's fair. And I also realize the guy doing this is just doing his fucking job.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the problem,
And is it annoying? Yes. Would I prefer to do it, not do it? Yes. Am I going to do it? Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's annoying, but
he's
you are a pretty intense guy, Kai. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And I think my mohawk is different than his mohawk. I think his mohawk, there's kind of like, you're like, whoa, who's this guy? You know what I mean? What's he up to? There's an intense energy with that around that man. I liked.
Shout out to Kai.
It was cool. Shout to Kai. Kai wrote a book.
Yeah, he did write a book. and I bought the book.
Space Crime Domino. I have it.
Yeah, I need to.
I haven't read it. I don't really read.
So we were talking about that.
Personal.
We were talking about audiobooks off air, and it's like, I just have no attention span. They've modernized my attention span to where reading is so difficult for me.
Yeah, and there's just so many things I enjoy doing that aren't reading. And it's like I do generally appreciate when I do start reading, but until it is like an effort, What did Kai say?
So I should read it.
Oh, that's funny.
Awesome. So we will read the book. Everyone should buy the book, please, because we talk about we need original creators. We need shit like this. We need a Space Crime Domino fan fiction. So we, you know what I mean. We need to build these properties up because we ain't gonna get them from Hollywood. But Kai says one security guard hassled him at In and Out, and that's literally his only job. So he put it around his chin, and a couple people politely asked, and he politely ignored him. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, there was tens, probably hundreds of thousands of people walking around there, and they have to say it to everybody. So I kind of understand if people probably are just they're not gonna fight every single person who resists. It's irritating. Like you're just like, ugh, these fucking masks, and it's like, and there's no respite, there's no freedom. It's like only if you're outside. Like if you're by the pool, it's fine, but like there's nowhere else. There's literally not one place you couldn't wear it. Like you could, we did it, but you still like you're supposed to. Like I think we walked through Caesars, like me, Brightest Day, and Jake and Nick, but we didn't. We put the masks on when someone actually said it. Yeah,
I mean, like I said, people around here, they're not enforcing. Even workers at you go to a gas station and the workers just said "fuck it." I'm like, whoa, you guys have been pretty intense with it, and they're just no. I think this mask mandate definitely triggered a lot of people, and I'm glad to see it, man. I'm glad to see it, honestly.
Yeah, the only people I see wearing it at work are like, for some reason, the kitchen employees, like a lot of the Mexican guys. I don't know if they're just I just can't get sick because I work all the time. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe.
And then there's like one
each other a lot of times, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that could be. I don't know. But then there's there's like one girl, I think that's like immunocompromised, so she kind of has some sort of issue. And then there's like one of the managers, but that's it. Yeah. Like, and no one's a cunt about it. Like he wears it, but that's just his choice. He doesn't say anything to us. They know I didn't get the jab, and no one's giving me shit about it. So, it's like, it's cool. Some businesses force their employees to do it though.
That seems so evil. And I know people, I've seen people in chat saying, yeah, my job did it, so I did it. I'm like, oh God, it's
so uncomfortable. I hated wearing those.
Luckily, my new job is going to be remote, and the job I'm leaving had a BoomerCon boss, so she was all anti-mask.
BoomerCon boss, that's funny. Good. I like when people even if I don't necessarily agree, like some people just they're too aggressive. Like I think that's the problem with a lot of people on the right is like they're just fucking libtards, and they're just like driving. It's just and it's like, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. It's like, did you even listen to them though? Like, did you even consider what their arguments were before you're like, I know they're fucking right? It's like, shut up. You just watch Tucker Carlson and get your opinions from him. You don't.
Yes, you watch Tucker Carlson and Tim Pool.
Yeah,
and you fap to Ben Shapiro and
and that's it. And you don't consider whether you agree, and that's fine, whatever. But it's like, I guess that energy though, I think it just turns a lot of people off, and it also makes you really easy to vilify, like real easy.
Yeah.
Like that's where I think a lot of that's where the left gets a lot of their fuel is from these guys who are just kind of loud and dumb and super aggressive with their opinions. It's just, you're easy to caricature.
Yeah, and that is how we make left. We've talked how I joke about the BoomerCons, but they created this left. They were the ones who for years and years,
they facilitated. I wouldn't say they facilitated because the universities were going to do this no matter what.
Yeah, very true. But they definitely facilitated and fueled what we have with their authoritarian bullshit, and they became the evil empire that the current authoritarians felt like they needed to overthrow.
Mm-hmm. It's true. And it was, and that's the thing I think a lot of people forget is just how the culture really did have sort of a conservative overtone, sort of grandly, because that's how you used to get canceled, was you pissed off the Catholics.
Very true.
and the Catholic League would come after you. And like that was the way it used to be before social media. It just wasn't like that. I mean, like Jon Stewart and Colbert, they were like freedom fighters, like under like, resisting the Bush administration, like,
yeah.
And they were like kind of punk rock. Like, yeah, it was on Comedy Central, but I mean, they were like it at the time, it made sense to me. Like I was definitely in their camp. Like I was like, yeah, this guy, like we're in these wars that are endless, like he's a bumbling fool. Like he's lying to people, like all these reasons why. And there was like this very collective, it felt like a lot of people who were just fine with it and like all on board with it. And there did feel like the need to have this sort of left-wing resistance, that was, kind of new and was like, yeah. And that's why it did seem like Obama was such a great president. Like, well, it was such a great idea to have this guy to finally bring the culture, into the right direction. Obviously it didn't play out like that, but it's how we all thought at the time.
Sounded good. Sounded
great. Best marketing of any president ever.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
He was cool. Obama was cool.
Foundation, universities, and BBC. Yes, defund all those things. Yeah, he was. That's what actually started to bug me about him when he actually became president. I'm like, okay, guy.
Yeah, it's true.
ESPN, you're hanging out with Jay-Z and Beyonce. I get it. Could you do some president stuff, please? Anytime,
how about any of the things you promised? And like that would be a start. And he never got held accountable. And it was like he did more warring than Bush ever did, and never called a negative word about it.
Yeah,
and it's just like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? I thought we have principles. This isn't a team sport. I don't give a fuck about the Democrats. I care about what's best for the country.
And you know what? That's kind of where it became a team sport. And it still kind of is. And I would love to shake that because guess what? I don't care about the Republicans. I don't give a fuck about them. I care about the issue specifically. And if I have to pick a leaning, it's libertarian-esque. But like I don't care. People have said, "Oh, we're on the same team." We're not. Fuck.
No, you don't think that at all.
Check from a CEO.
You'd fucking happily throw people who quote stormed the Capitol in jail. Yes. You'd happily do that. You'd happily put every Trump supporter on a list. Don't say we're not on the same team. Fuck you. Yeah. We're not on teams, asshole. I'm an American. I'm a complete individual. I don't need to be part of a group. Don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to wrap it up, my good man?
Yeah, we can. That was that ending. We'll probably get it. Hopefully, this video's still up. We played a Spider-Man trailer. We talked a lot of quote unquote hashtag controversial things. These aren't controversial. They're basic things of life.
I end up, especially with leaving stuff up. I just edit it out. I just go like, basically, YouTube gives you the option. They're like, "Do you want to edit this out?" And like, yeah, fine. I don't even care. Like, it's just a trailer. You can go watch it anywhere you want. It's better than dealing with it.
And yeah, I saw this is also true. Obama started ICE, deported more people than Bush, but they blamed Trump for ICE. Made it look like it was all him. And isn't it still around?
Yeah, no, I mean, the left is childish. Like they're just like that's why the term "based" has taken hold with so many people because it's just based in reality, not in like your little fanciful ideas of what the world really is. It's like this is what the world really is. These are the facts.
Yeah.
So anyway. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. This was really fun.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of people came late. That's what she said. It's always good to come a little late. But no, seriously, I appreciate everybody. Hey, if you want to go back and watch the whole thing, or if you're watching on the replay, we talked a little bit about the Shang-Chi. We talked about the Spider-Man trailer. We talked a little bit about the Netflix. The Witcher. And we also talked about
I'm gonna go back and watch that for the cocktail lounge so we can have like maybe a little more detailed discussion about it.
Yeah, definitely should. It's really good. It's really good. And then we also talked about, unfortunately, we tried to start with, we'll just talk about a Lego game, be positive, but the sequel trilogy or sequel tragedy, if you prefer, will be a part of this new Lego Star Wars game coming out next year. And
but that's worth covering, worth talking about. And yes,
gotta
make sure you check out our podcast because it's this show, but we do have the audio only version for iTunes and Spotify, wherever you get podcasts. Make sure you check it out. We're trying to get it. We have 5 followers now online.
Maybe 6. I know somebody Hey, do you have a link, by the way, so I can toss in the?
I do have a link.
Put it in the private.
You can get it. You can get it anywhere. You podcasts are fine. Just search Culture Crime Fighters. But yeah, let's try to get us. We have 5 followers. I will try to get us to 10. Get us to 10 by the end of the day.
Yeah, you can get us to 10. You can do that.
10. Yeah.
The fuck.
Just follow us. If you have a Spotify account, which I do, I just shared it in the private chat, my friend. If you have a Spotify account like I do, you can just click follow it, and then it'll just let you know whenever there's a new episode. So take a look, y'all.
There you go. Please follow us. Please like us.
Hell yeah.
Just toss the chat, and Vajesh was already he opened the Spotify link. So there's multiple options. You can just go to RSS Podcast way, or just click the Spotify link that Vajesh put up there. So, and yeah, please follow us. We're trying to do a little bit better, trying to do better, like Marvel.
We are trying to do better.
Yeah. And this is great. This is another fun episode. This is what I look forward to all week as far as YouTube goes.
Hell yeah.
And I hope everybody enjoyed it. Stop telling us what to do. Now we're the authoritarians. You listen to us. You listen to us, fucking dildo. No,
that's right.
Man, I saw a guy fucking and it's a guy I like, yell at his chat for not being Patreons. And I'm like, what?
You yelled at them for that?
Yeah, he says only $3 a month. You must not give a shit about me. I'm like, dude,
fuck you.
Like, I like your content, man. Like, why are you?
How much content people get for free?
Yeah.
The fact that anyone gives us any money at all, I'm not being falsely humble, is amazing.
It is amazing. And you guys were great with the super chats today.
Yeah.
You guys, almost ogre squashed by yourselves without him. And I appreciate it.
Seriously. But yeah, it's like, no one owes you shit, dude.
No.
As least of all in this environment, like it's not like you got hired by a company. If you got hired by a company, okay, there's like prerequisites. There's an understanding you're getting paid or whatever. This is no one needs to pay you to do shit on YouTube. Like, and also like if you went away, wouldn't miss a beat, man. You know how many fucking creators there are on YouTube? Like people would forget about you in a month.
Yeah, somebody else will fill that space. Somebody else probably already is filling that space, and it's just like. He said he had like 1,100 Patreons. I'm like, that's a fucking lot.
That's a lot.
You just told us you spotted
$3
a month.
Yeah.
And I see
$3,000 a month.
Super chats. It's like, come on, guy.
That's great. If you're doing that much money a month, you know what I mean? Just from your super chats and just from your Patreon subs, that's a lot of money. That's good.
But yeah, don't be like that guy. And so we're joking. We appreciate everything you guys have done for us.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. I guess we'll hit the outro and get out, yo.
Cool. So thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
All right. Okay.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate on